So let me go ahead and read this for you. As level 2 in the Cragmaw hideout, our fledgling heroes were escorting Gundren Rockseeker, their dwarven patron, to the town of Phandelver. About a day's journey from the small town, Gundren and his personal escort, Sildar Hallwinter, went ahead of the main caravan and were captured by goblins. Our heroes defeated the ambush and tracked the goblins to their nearby base of operations, the Cragmaw hideout. Fighting their way through the goblin defense, our heroes find themselves facing a defeated warlord, a bugbear named Clarg, and still unsure of how they will rescue Sildar Hallwinter from the conniving clutches of the goblin leader, Ymik.
Darn Ymik.
And I believe we had just completed the session with you guys defeating the bugbear leader, Clarg, who was named.
So cold, I believe.
Yeah, so you had knocked them out, and that's when we decided to stop because we were all tired.
Okay, I have one more question. I ended the first session with some damage. I was knocked down from 14 to 8. What happens with my new level?
You stay at 8. Restored? When you level up, you do not restore your HP.
Okay, but if I had been full health, would I have gone all the way to the top?
No.
There's Tuck.
Oh, okay.
You running it from behind?
Didn't we tell the yellow goblin dude that we were gonna bring Clark's head to him or something?
Did, and then there was deliberation as to whether or not we should hire Clark to kill Ymik or whatever.
Wait, didn't we?
One other question: how do we get
All
to
right,
full
is
health?
it time to start role playing?
This is all role playing. You guys are deliberating, I believe, as characters, unless you're choosing not to be doing that.
I just had one more technical
question. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Technical question.
Yeah, just how do we get to our full hit points? Do we have to use healing spells, or do we have to rest, or what?
Healing spells, resting, healing potions. Those are in general. Those are the things that since you are still in this dungeon, you have nothing has changed except the level up, which is not restoring your HP.
Right. And a long rest, does that restore you to full HP every time?
It does.
Okay.
The stipulations for a long rest are usually that you need to have somewhere for you to safely rest for an extended period of time. Yeah. And so I can interrupt a long rest with an ambush if I think you haven't posted the right amount of security. If you guys all go to bed in this cave, the other goblins will come find you. That's the kind of thing that would happen if you did that. But if you had people as lookouts, maybe they could deter a goblin or two while you're sleeping. I don't know. So if you guys try to do an appropriate amount of security, I'm willing to let those kinds of things go. But that means whoever's pulling security doesn't get the long rest, right?
Right.
Unless you have 4 wolves to guard for you.
I mean, if you feel comfortable sleeping with 4 untrained wolves that have only the slightest loyalty to you with a full stomach, sure, go for it.
Anywho,
But he trained him.
No.
He trained.
To do it again.
All right. So we are crouched on the ground over Clark's prone form as Rangswarthy holds him in a chokehold, eh?
That is how it is, yes.
Unable to intimidate or persuade him in any way because of my lack of charisma.
Okay. Well, there we go. All right. Before we kill him, we have to try and extract as much information out of him as we can. I say.
Yeah, I was gonna say he hears you and quivers.
He does right to quiver. Quiver away, you little coward.
He chokes out gutturally as he's being full Nelsoned. Clark scared.
Rise.
Okay. Yeah, Desmos, you're the scariest of the bunch. See if you can work something out with him.
I'm out of scares for the day.
Not?
No, but seriously, wasn't there deliberation on how, like, are we actually just gonna cut his head off? I mean, that's the easiest solution.
That was us metagaming.
Yeah, but we were gonna see if he had information about the other castle with shoot. I gotta look at my notes now. So
Well, then now would be a good time, Rangswarthy, to ask questions.
No, that's you, Tuck. You're the intimidating one.
because
That's
King
metagaming.
Groll.
Can't you see he's trying to pawn off the stuff?
Scariest spell of us all. You ask the questions, he'll answer to you.
All right. So, since Ciil is being so demanding, Desmos is gonna step up with 1 foot next to Clark's head, kneel down, and whisper in his ear, "So what do you know about this castle, eh?" And I'm gonna roll an intimidation check.
You don't have to roll an intimidation check. You
Okay.
you literally you have him full Nelson to the ground, surrounded. He's intimidated. What? I'm sorry. I was thinking about what you said. Did you ask what he knows about the castle?
Yeah.
Clark knows that there is a castle, but has never been to it.
So, Elias has given us the information that he's pretty much like completely in our control, so he's telling the truth. So,
Right.
Who's the black spider? Ciil says, poking his face into the Clarg. Clarg face.
Clark says Clark hates black spiders.
Cop out. And what do you know about King Groll, eh?
Clark hates King Groll. King Groll at castle always give orders.
What kind of orders?
Clark just like kind of shakes and feels like he doesn't fully understand the question.
I flick him in the nose.
Clark ordered to take things from people all the time.
wait. Where do you keep those things?
Clark kind of gestures around the room, like filled with provisions and boxes and treasure. Here?
I smack him. Don't sass me, you Sasquatch.
Poor Clark. Clark's getting manhandled over here.
Wait a minute. No, we haven't even dealt with. Oh no, we did. Never mind. Ignore me.
So wait, is it Clark's head we're trying to bring to someone?
Yeah.
Mimic.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
honestly, I feel kind of bad just cutting his head off at this point. We've kept him alive, this long.
Well, what do you have in mind? Because I've got a plan if y'all are willing to hear.
What's your plan?
Here's
So
my
is the,
plan.
I want to ask if the Rangswarthy asks, while he's grappling Clark, is the black spider at Cragmaw Castle?
Clark says that he doesn't know where the black spider is exactly. Just that the black spider tells King Groll what to do.
Okay. And what designs do they have for the dwarf that was captured?
Clark says, I received message from Black Spider to look for Dwarf, capture him, and send everything he had to King Groll. Clark always follows orders.
And what do you plan on doing with the man you have in your dining hall?
I mean, we have to eat.
Oh,
Well, that's very honest of you. I appreciate that.
Clark slyly says, want to join Clark for dinner?
I'm not a cannibal, but thanks.
Clark does not know what you mean by that.
I
We're
eat
honored.
bugbear.
Oh, let's see.
Yeah, well, what was your plan anyway?
here's my plan. We can either let this bugger go and he'll end up terrorizing the road for the rest of time, or we can deliver his head to his henchman and he'll end up terrorizing the road for the rest of time. I have
Or we
an
can kill them both.
alternate plan.
Or we could kill them both. I like that plan better. I don't really like the idea of goblins roaming this close to my village anyway. It's kind of my job to kill as many of them as I can, honestly.
I lay my hand on your shoulder. But you didn't let me finish.
Rangswarthy shakes Clark and asks him if there are any perils that he knows of between this lair and Cragmaw Castle.
Clark knows that there are scouts and patrols, but he's not sure what it like. Perils? What's peril? Is peril like? What is that?
Is that her name?
Who's peril?
Sounds awful.
Clark
right.
says Cragmaw hideout very scary.
I've got
what is
another
the
plan. Let me finish. So I'm gonna be quiet for a moment.
Rangsworthy
Alright,
asks what's the best direction for head to get there. Sorry.
Ciil becomes angry.
What's the best what?
What's the best route to take to get there?
To Cragmaw Castle?
Yeah.
Northeast, in the woods.
Okay.
Ciil is beginning to think like his opinion doesn't matter, and so he clamps his mouth shut and sits down grumpily on the ground.
No. What's your other plan?
Fine. I say, or he says, sulkily, here's my plan. We cut off this bugger's head and we give it to the small wart fellow that we have in the hall over there. And then we say Wart killed him. And we see what happens when Wart takes over regency of this area. And then we hold Wart under our grubby fist for the rest of time, and he'll do anything we say because he's scared to the bone.
Who's Wart?
He's the goblin that we captured earlier, don't you know?
Yeah, he's our prisoner. He's like our subject,
Right.
essentially.
Shaye has a very short-term memory.
Okay, so I think
Here,
this is where.
does this help you?
What?
I just changed the goblins into what?
So I think this is where our first like inter-party clash is going to happen because, I mean, that was like Desmos's job to like kill, the bandits and then like goblins around his village. So like, I don't think that plan's going to work.
Why not?
Plus,
goblins are filthy creatures, and all they want is loot. He'll stab us in the back just as soon as we'll stab his.
Plus, we
What
need
do you
Sildar.
What?
If Wart killed him, if we say that Wart killed Clark, then we're not going to get Sildar.
Of course we will. When he's in charge, he'll do anything we say. He's about the most puny creature west of Neverwinter, and he knows it.
Do you honestly think that Wart could kill Yimik?
No. The other goblins are gonna kill Ime.
Ah. I see.
I'm saying we raise this poor sad goblin into power, and then we keep him as a puppet on the throne. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but then that takes a lot of work.
And that's why you can't trust the rogue to get any job done.
Well, plus you have to think about it. This road is very close to my village, and my villagers use this road for transportation very often. And I don't really like the idea of having a goblin raiding individuals on my turf.
You realize we could conscript them for slave labor, right?
Oh.
Now that's just racist.
Fine. I
I'm
throw
going
my
to become a
hand.
goblin rights activist.
All right, who's gonna do the dirty job here?
Did we ask him anything else about Goblin that's warming his head? Does he know anything about Goblin?
Do you know anything about Yimik?
Yimik.
What do you think about Yimik?
Clark, think Yimik, good number 2.
Oh, well, Yimik hired us to cut your head off and give him all your power. How do you feel about that?
Clark wails, no! I don't believe you.
Well, it's true. And Desmos is gonna pull out his long sword and get ready for the final blow. Unless anyone else has anything else to say.
I turn my head away.
He may be soft, but he's deadly.
Are you chopping his brain off?
Yeah.
All right, describe how you chop his brain off.
I'm gonna do like a cutting board move where I kind of like stick it in one side and then chop down like a
Cutting board
chef knife. Yeah.
Hey!
That's not how you chop someone's head off.
But just his brain, so like the bottom of his jaw.
Right,
So.
just his brain.
Ew.
It happens as you say it. You grab what it is that you call his head, and it is now yours. You are now the possessor of Clark's head.
Alrighty. I'm gonna add that to my inventory.
Well, let's start bartering. Chuck, can you send me an invite again? I got disconnected.
Oh,
What? Okay. Yeah.
So tell me, what do you plan on doing now? Are we going to take every goblin in the dining hall?
Why not?
I'm at 2 health points, you idiot.
What does that mean?
Wait, why do we have to attack all? I really have a short-term memory. Why do we have to attack all of the goblins in there? Aren't they on Ymic's side?
Well, Desmos over here thinks that by killing Clark, he will save his village from raids, but all he's doing is transferring the power over to another bloody killer.
Oh, I never said I was transferring power. I plan
Unless
to
we kill the other bloody killer.
just as much as I plan on killing this bugbear here.
Well, count me out of it. There's no honor in killing worthless souls.
Okay, rolls her eyes. Honor.
Rangswarthy, what's your say in the matter?
Yes.
Rangswarthy is very far away.
Yes.
Where's his eye?
Yes.
Rangswarthy teleports to you and dies. Were you here for the conversation?
Yeah, about and the head being cut off and now.
Yes. What is your say on the matter? I plan on killing every last one of these goblins, but apparently Ciil here is out.
I think it's unlikely. I think there is a chance that they would not release the prisoner if we claimed that Wart.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Even if we do give him the head, he's just gonna stab our human person in the back.
Well, no, but I mean, I think if Wart gave him the head, that's what would happen. But I don't know about. I mean, Wart told us that Ymmic is that he would be true to his word. So unless Wart's a liar,
Which
Well-
we have reason to believe Wart is not lying.
Right.
Yeah, we have every reason. Or most.
and didn't we do a perception check on like whether he was telling the truth or not? And
We did
had-
so many perception checks.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you were very accurate.
Perception check. Yeah, someone else.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I guess I'm not knowing how the game works. I mean, I assume you could do a perception check and perceive that someone's telling the truth, but they could still be lying to you. Is that true?
That is correct. You would at least know that what they're saying is not entirely the truth.
Look, if you guys feel so bad about killing these goblins, I can send this pack of wolves in there ahead of us and do some damage, and then we can finish it off with long range, and then we can go in there. Finish off this
to decide whether or not. Is this to decide whether or not to hand Clark's head over and just like try and deal with it that way?
I guess.
Or are we handing the head over and then just murdering them all once we have Ciil door?
Yes.
That's what Desmos is trying to say.
This is
I see why we would want to just kill these goblins. I get it. I'm happy with that.
Yes, I agree.
Yes. Shaye is losing patience and tries to snatch the head of Clark out of Desmos's hand.
And you have to roll a dexterity something.
I'd say that she's sneaky enough to do it while you're talking.
I want to roll a perception check.
All right, roll a perception. Roll a perception.
I will. Okay, D20.
16.
16 plus my what is it? Intelligence?
Well, it's right there on the sheet, man.
2, so 18.
All right, go ahead. Roll a dexterity. Let's see. You would do a.
What would that be?
Let me look.
Hand.
What'd you say?
It'd be sleight of hand.
Yes.
Okay. So I have 6 plus my dexterity, which is that's just my.
So roll a d20 and then add 6.
Okay. And then I have a plus for dexterity. Does that go in there too, or is that separate?
That's already included.
Okay.
So it's roll a d20 plus your sleight of hand.
Oh, ow. Okay, we got a 4.
So 10.
That's
Okay.
embarrassing.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I
no,
got 10.
we can do rolls for stuff like that. I think it's more fun not to, but it's your choice. So in this event, you failed to be sneaky enough to smack it out of his hand.
You were merely a bratty child grabbing for a toy. What was that?
So, Ivetta and Shaye, and sorry, Blue, what's your character's name? You're not on this fancy sheet.
Waywocket.
Waywocket, right? And Waywocket, your game to slay some goblins.
Oh
Heck
yeah.
Well, in that case, I'd say let's go ahead and head over to the other cavern.
Go.
May your ancestors strengthen you, I say to their backs as they walk away.
So you're not coming?
I'm hurt and it's a fight I'm not willing.
So how far do we
Right,
go
he doesn't
in
believe
one
him.
turn or whatever?
Eh?
DM,
What's
how
the-
far do we go in one turn?
You guys are not in combat. You can walk as far as you want.
Woohoo!
Oh, we had to do something about crossing this road.
Rangsworthy arises from the corpse that he no longer needs to subdue, and
He was holding the body this whole time.
yeah, I've just been holding this dead body this whole time, and now decide to go about looting the room.
Ah,
Oh shoot! Yeah.
looting the room. I'm glad you remembered. At least one of you did.
Details.
As you loot the room, let's see here.
Two questions for you, Elias. Is this map detailed enough? Like, we should look closely at the map and be able to discover anything important from that? Okay.
Not usually. However, I don't think it is bad practice to investigate a room you're in.
Okay.
I think that is something that you should all remember, is that doing an investigation check every single time you enter a room can be like exhausting, but like when there is the first room of a dungeon, or like because investigation checks will find traps, you'll find hidden loot. So like usually investigation checks, like I will never not let you do them.
What do you like? How do you know what your investigation check would look like?
So either you could do it one of two ways. You can tell me like I want to look, like I want to check under the rug or under the mattress, or I want to like feel the walls for a secret door. That can be as good as an investigation check. I won't have you roll. But if you want to not do that and you just want to say I check the room for stuff, like I just do an investigation check, that number will determine what you find.
Ah, sweet. I've got good investigation skills.
There's no.
What's its intelligence that's based on?
Investigation is based on intelligence. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So for this room, we'll just say that as you guys peruse the contents of the room, you find supplies that have a stamp from the Lion Shield Coster and Phandelver on them. You're welcome to take those if you'd like.
Can you say that again? The lion shield, this is an emblem for a place?
This is an emblem for a location, yes. Lion Shield Coster, Coster. In addition to these stolen goods, you also see a treasure chest that contains 600 copper pieces,
Nice.
110 silver pieces, 2 potions of healing, and a jade statuette of a frog with tiny golden orbs for eyes.
Hey, Matt,
The
would you
frog
be
is small enough to fit in a pocket or pouch.
Matt, would you be our banker since you're the merchant dude?
Yeah, I can be the banker. And so just to recap, it was the goods are just generic. It doesn't matter what they are. It's just general goods.
Yes. And they're in prepackaged crates. You may choose to pilfer them or take them as they are. Because you see the stamp for the place, and you know that place is located in Phandelver where you're going.
And do we know anything about the place, or is it just like a strange thing to us that we've never encountered before?
You recognize it as some variety of common name for a mercantile.
Okay. I mean, I think it's reasonable to loot that. I mean, we could try to return it to its original owners, but at the same time, if we pilfered it from some goblins, I don't.
Yeah, it sounds like a hassle, and they might be dead.
Yep. I think we should crack open these crates.
Just see it as a goodwill payment from Phandelver.
Right. Are the features of the jade statue important? You said it was a frog with certain kind of eyes.
With gold orbs for eyes.
Can I do a perception check on the statue to see if there's any magical value in it or anything like that?
You could do an Arcana check to find out if it has any magical history, or you could do Detect Magic to see if it has magical properties.
I'll do the Arcana.
Somebody with wizardry should do that.
And that relies on wisdom?
Arcana is intelligence based.
I have Arcana. I'm proficient in it.
Same.
Yeah, go ahead, Ethan.
All right, well, I'll do an Arcana.
Sorry.
What is
Ciil,
that,
go
a
ahead.
D20? It is a 6. Oof.
You look at the frog, and you're like, that's a pretty frog.
Ordinary.
When you come upon when we come upon a loot chest like this full of money, do we want to just divide it amongst ourselves, or what? What's the deal there?
Yeah, that's kind of what I meant by Matt being the banker. We split it up at the end of a session or at a long rest or something.
Yeah, I'm recording everything we found.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Sounds good. Yeah.
The only problem is
I just need money eventually for spells, so that's why.
Yeah. No, we'll divvy it up eventually.
Brother.
So Rangswarthy cracks open the first crate. How many crates are there?
You could say 4.
Okay. And the contents inside are revealed to be.
It looks like it's generically crafted, regular weapons.
bad.
So would that be no great weapons, just kind of smaller weapons?
You see some short swords, a little pocket of daggers, Seems to be nothing noteworthy.
Okay. I'll grab a dagger.
All right.
Don't
Can I
you already
even
have
wield a short sword?
How many daggers do you need?
What was that about a
Oh.
short sword?
Yeah.
I say, can I even yield a short sword?
You might be able to wield it, but as a wizard, I probably would say no, and you also would not want to. You are not proficient in
Really
swords.
bad at
I know.
You're not proficient in swords. You wielding a sword would be
I
bad.
know.
I-
Cool. Okay. I think I have
just-
darts or something.
You do have darts.
yeah.
Does that mean you have
Um,
a blowgun?
As a note from like the last campaign, Desmos is gonna go grab the spear that he threw and missed on the back wall.
Great.
Yep, I'm gonna recover my thrown javelins.
Great.
Yeah, I'm recovering my.
I'm gonna crack open the next crate.
More weapons of the same quality and variety.
And the
Ciil
next
spends the
crate.
time meditating.
All of the crates contain the same quality and variety of weapons.
Okay.
No, it's not a gotcha, dang it.
Ciil continues to meditate. Meditatively.
Desmos smacks him. Not really.
Have we checked everything in the room? Is there anything else we need to do to check like every nook and cranny or every crook and nanny?
There is not for this room. There is not.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Shall we deliver ahead?
Yes, I think we should deliver ahead.
Ivetta says to kill the warthog thing.
He's already dead.
No, the other.
Oh,
The
you
other
mean
cave.
Mimic? The Gerblin?
Yes.
Mimic the Gerblin.
Mimic. I forget his
The
name.
Goblin.
Yeah, he's the bad guy. He's the real antagonist of this.
Alright. Ciil is going to slide dexterously down the slippery slope of death and await their return at the mouth of the cave.
Do you do that?
There I go.
Alright. Desmos is gonna walk back the way we came, and actually he has to light up his torch, I guess. So he's gonna light up his torch and then walk back the way we came.
Joe with him so we can see them.
Well,
I can lead him.
I have a torch now.
Are you guys able to move your pieces, or do you need me to move them?
Oh yeah.
I can move.
So, if we go into this whole room here with these goblins, do we have a plan? Like, do you guys want to just real quick have a
We
little?
should probably have a plan. That's a good idea.
I have a plan.
Yeah.
Kill
All
everyone.
right. You want to share with us what
I
the plan
mean,
is?
not.
Matt, are you here?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, I'm gonna move your guys over. Is that okay? You and Runewood?
Do I still have the loyal hounds?
You they are milling around in this area unless you entice them with more food. Also, Wart is just hanging out with them.
Okay.
Your best buds.
Weren't you worried about him stabbing you in the back?
No, someone was escorting him. I guess they can't
Oh
be.
yeah, he was with me. My bad.
I think it's unlikely that Yimmick will not turn over the captive because we've defeated Clark.
You are really difficult to.
He said it's unlikely that Yimmick won't turn over the captive since you've defeated Clarg.
So yeah, I think we should just try to.
Remember, Desmos is on a holy mission to murder every goblin he sees. This has nothing to do with negotiation anymore. He just wants to slaughter.
Well, let's make the exchange first.
Well, right.
We should
Well-
have Sildar safe in
Yeah.
our arms. Maybe send a person down to bring him to Ethan before we wreak havoc on all these goblins.
Yes, so let's say we deliberate in this hallway for a second before we actually enter this town.
Okay, so we're back here.
Yes. Alright. So as of now, my plan is to announce our presence, show him the head, and once he comes to claim the head, or one of his minions, I'm going to stab them in the face. And that's, of course, after we get the human, if he actually fulfills his end of the bargain.
So maybe we should wait till we can Yimmick in the face than one of his little toadies.
That's what I'm saying. Whoever comes to claim the prize, if he doesn't come to claim the prize, then I'm going to kill whoever comes to claim the prize.
But then that will alert Yimmick, and then he'll be extra on guard.
They're all going to know we're here anyway. It doesn't really make a difference.
Okay, so if we go into this room together, that's great. But if I can get in there without any of you being in the way, I can cast a stream of acid, kill a bunch of them, or at least to wound a bunch of them. But I can't do that because it will hit you if you're in the way. But like, if we get, Sildar, and then I can quick cast my stream of acid, then it at least damages them some, and then you can go stab them in the face.
Yes.
Well, why don't you present the head?
Because she's...
Go in there and present the head? Because, man, if they, come after me, I am dead immediately.
Yeah, she's better at range. I think Tucker or myself should do it since we have more armor and strength.
Okay, but you have to jump out of the way if she's screaming acid.
Remember, there's a mechanic in the game where you can actually... Well, no, I guess...
If you stated you were prepping to jump when you saw her cast, I would allow that.
Okay, yeah, they can do that. What say you, Rangswarthy?
I say let us ensure that our entire party is present to raid this room before we enter, because I sense someone is missing.
Ciil sings from the entrance.
He doesn't
In a
plan.
low, melodious tone.
He doesn't plan on joining us.
It's not honorable enough.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay. Okay, then.
Voice echoes around the chamber.
Then
Yeah.
Rangswarthy seizes the head of Clarg and boldly enters the room. Says, "We have the head of Clarg. Now, let's exchange."
Yimmick cackles and says, "Excellent! Excellent work! You can drop the head right there."
Let's see.
I'm gonna
Sildar.
Yeah, I'm gonna look back at Waywocket and nod my head.
Sweet.
Yimmick is starting to get suspicious of the amount of time you're taking to drop a head, and threatens once again, hovering Sildar Hallwinter over the little drop that he's got him on. He's like, "What? You want me to push him over? Kill him? Drop the head!"
Yeah, so I drop the head.
Yes.
Okay, release him.
Thank you. He pulls Sildar Hallwinter back. "How about I release him for 100 gold pieces?"
100 gold pieces.
Very funny.
Waywocket.
I tell him, how about 600 copper pieces?
600 is bigger than 100.
How about no coppers?
We gave you the head. That's what we wanted.
Well, they-
Hey, it doesn't really matter. Give him the money. We're gonna.
I know. Yeah.
Yimmick will accept 600 copper pieces.
All right. Then
The goblins in the room are like, "Wee! 600!"
But you have to come and get it.
Yimmick grabs Sildar Hallwinter, and he drags him down the little steps. Comes over, tosses you Sildar Hallwinter. Whoa.
Oh my!
No.
He's like, "Okay, give me the copper pieces.
All right,
600 of them."
okay, then I hand him the bag of.
No, before he does that, I'm gonna stab Gimmick in the face.
Go ahead and roll a. Let's see, actually. Yeah, go ahead and roll a d20. This is for hit.
7 plus my 5, so 13.
13. So it's not enough to hit, but because it's surprise, I would say it's surprise. He wasn't expecting it. Roll again. So you're rolling for it with advantage now.
Okay, 16.
Yeah, you hit him. Roll for damage with your what weapon are you using?
The longsword.
So 16 is a hit. Longsword is 1d8 plus 5.
Yes. Okay. So 8 total.
Ooh. Yimmick is dead.
Yimmick takes 8 damage to the face, which is not enough to kill him, but it was to his face, so he's dead. Yimmick gurgles, his mouth hangs open, he's surprised. It was not expecting a sword to the face.
Alright. Waywocket wants to jump into the front of this little battle and try to blast everyone with caustic brew.
Okay, this is the last thing you can do before initiative begins.
Brew. Witch's brew.
Yeah. So, I don't actually know how to do what I need to do here.
Okay.
So
So you need to look up the spell. What
I
is
have it
what is
right
it
here.
called? Caustic brew?
Yeah, Tasha's caustic brew. But it
Oh, I thought
doesn't
it
tell
was
me
acid.
like what to roll. It's an acid stream.
Oh, okay.
So is it in a cone, or what is it described as? What kind of-
It says a stream of acid emanates from you in a line 30 feet long and 5 feet wide in any direction.
So could you technically hit all 50 goblins on the right side of the map there?
Yeah, that was the plan.
Yeah.
And it says that each creature in that line must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or be covered in acid for the spell's duration, which is
Pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it says. Oh, up to 1 minute.
Right. So the goblins have to make a dexterity saving throw or be covered in acid and take 2d4 every turn.
Okay, so I don't have to roll anything right now. You have to roll the
Yes,
saving throws
you
for them.
you have splattered them in acid, and I will
okay.
now roll their
Okay, so
dexterity
it's
saving
these three,
throws.
the brown one, the purple one, and the orange one.
The ones on the right side, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So are you allowing a entire surprise round team?
I'm lunging toward.
Okay. Two.
Or are you allowing us to execute our plan with just the people we involved?
One second. We've cast a spell here. I rolled the dexterity saving throws. 2 of them failed and 1 of them succeeded. So who is not covered in acid? You think like the back guy?
Probably.
Sure.
Because
Yeah.
the 2 people in front of him blocked it or something. So the 2
So then
front.
the creature covered in acid, they take 2d4 acid damage at the start of their turn.
Right.
Sorry, if you already knew that.
Yeah, I have the spell pulled up as well.
Sorry. Okay.
So, you can actually, like, it's a concentration spell, so you are concentrated, and
Yeah.
you can actually cast it for up to 1 minute.
I can
So,
cast it for a minute.
yeah, so each time it's your turn, you can choose to cast, like, continue to cast it or stop the spell.
How do you know when a minute has elapsed, though?
So in D&D, every single time an entire round of combat goes, it's 6 seconds, so it's 10 turns long.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow. Sweet.
But like concentration means you can't move or do anything else. Like if you do anything else, you're done. So go ahead and roll initiative. We're in combat now.
Okay.
Initiative is a D20 plus your initiative on your character sheet, and then just let me.
Natural 20, baby. So
Okay.
21.
So
Correct.
Did a D20?
Desmos is 21.
You're rolling.
What did you
Wait,
say?
walk
Is
it.
it 20? Is that what you said?
Waywocket is what?
8.
Ivetta is 15.
15.
Okay.
And Ciil is singing at the mouth of the cave.
I need Runewood and Shaye still,
Plus my initiative, is that what you said?
plus your initiative at the top of your sheet.
Okay.
That's
So I got 8.
And I need Runewood and Rangswarthy still.
Yes. Runewood and Rangswarthy. There's only one unaccounted for goblin, right? That hasn't been hit.
No, there's two. There's the yellow and then this brown one.
Where is Sildar?
Sildar's in your pack. Yimik threw him into you.
Oh, okay. Then Rangswarthy and Runewood each take one of the remaining goblins and go for just.
Is your initiative?
Well,
we're in
how do you
combat.
measure initiative again?
It's a D20 plus the initiative at the top of your character sheet.
Okay. All right. Rangswarthy's initiative is 7, and Runewood's initiative is 1.
Is it you rolled a 1 and it's plus 0?
Oh yeah, no, plus 1. So Runewood's is 2.
And Rangswarthy's is
8.
Okay. Now let me roll for the goblins real quick.
My roll is 15, but my initiative is 3.
Wait.
18.
Is this Hadassah?
Yeah.
You're Ivetta, right?
Yep.
So yours was what?
18 altogether.
Okay, 18, got it. And then we got the goblins on the left side, got a 10. Goblins on the right side got a 19. Okay, let me just arrange these real quick.
Oh, this is just for who goes first?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a word.
Okay, so Desmos is first, and then the goblins on the right will deal with their new coating of acid.
Nice. All right. Desmos is going to turn the blade in Yimik's skull to relieve it, and then, as he does so, slash into the goblin on his right, the brown goblin, with his longsword.
The goblin to your immediate right?
Yes.
Isn't she still screaming acid?
As long as he doesn't step in front of her, I'm good with it.
Okay.
Roll 20 to hit.
17 plus 5.
You hit him. Roll damage. 1d8 plus 5.
Your sword takes 1d4 damage.
Question about
So,
the
13
spell.
damage.
You kill the goblin, and as you pull your weapon back from your swing, you notice that there's a coating of acid on it.
Desmos likes what he sees.
Watchable.
And as another note, as a free action, I think Desmos is gonna toss the torch aside and drop his shield.
Okay, that's fine.
Is the acid like constantly streaming?
Until Waywocket stops, yes, it is constantly streaming.
So you can't walk in front of it.
No, you cannot. Until it is her turn to turn off her acid, you should not walk in front of the acid. But hey, make your own choices. So there's only one goblin alive that is still covered in acid. And let's see here. He is going to take 2d8 or 2d4. What is it actually? He's going to take 2d4 of acid damage. 7 total damage. Which kills him. So he dissolves into a bubbling pile of blood, bones, and eyeballs.
Excellent.
And then the other goblin on the right is in the stream of acid and chooses to move out of it, and in doing so has to make another dexterity saving throw, and he succeeds, nimbly dodging the acid stream out of the way, and approaches Waywocket and does a nifty stab of the dagger. And
what do I do here?
so I'm gonna roll a d20 to hit you.
Okay.
and your armor class will determine if it hits or not. He rolled a 2.
It hits.
No, he rolled a 2. It does not hit.
Okay.
Basically, he is so focused on jumping out of the way of the acid, he kind of like slipped on a little bubble of it, and his lunge with his dagger went really far off to the right, completely missing you.
Sweet.
And now we got, let's see here, Ivetta, your turn.
Ivetta looks and sees that the situation is almost completely being taken care of, so she just stays behind and lets it happen.
Okay. A pass on the turn. Interesting.
Grab Sildar.
Huh?
Hop in
Grab
there with
Sildar.
your dexterity
He
and
was-
grab the human.
Yeah, he was
Wait,
thrown
so-
out to us. We need him.
Sildar was running away.
I'll grab Silver.
Well, no, but just take him. You know, like
Yeah,
Maybe
bud.
take him and the goblin. Take him and Wort and slide down the little treacherous path towards Edith.
The human will get hurt by it.
Oh.
Just take him down the hallway.
yeah. I'll do that.
Okay, that's the goblins on the left's turn. This goblin approaches Rangswarthy and rolls to hit. And rolls a... Let's see here. 13. Is that a hit?
Armor class is 18.
All right. Swing and a miss. And then this goblin goes over here to swing at Desmos and rolls
Wait, is
a...
he screaming acid?
Oh, no, you are totally correct. He steps into the stream of acid and rolls a dexterity saving throw, which is actually a 1, which is comical. So he takes it straight in the face, and then 2d4 of damage, which is a 9, which kills him. So he steps into the stream. He steps into the stream of acid. He doesn't realize that it's like he didn't see his goblin friend dissolve, and he runs into it thinking it might be water. Steps into it, immediately turns into a puddle. Okay, that was poor decision making over here on DM's part. Ranksworthy, it's your turn.
All right, there are two goblins in front of me.
One that you can reach easily, and one that is in front of Waywocket. Potentially like spear reachable, but it would be hard to swing.
Oh, yeah, there's still 2 alive.
I'm just gonna swing my longsword, and what is my dual add? Just adds +2.
+2 to damage.
Yeah. Okay. And so I have to land.
You have to land it first, yeah.
All right, and then so I'll roll a d20, and I rolled an 18.
Which is a hit. So now you should roll damage, which would be d10 plus 7.
It's a 4, so 11.
You kill the goblin. Describe how you slice him.
Just a clean swipe at the neck. Just his head rolls.
His head rolls. He is dead.
Body drops to his knees, and then he keels over into of his.
You have removed a head from a goblin. Congratulations. Waywocket, your turn.
okay. So now that I can't do anything with those stream of acid, right?
You
Like,
can
if I stop
direct
running-
it in different directions. You just can't move or do anything else.
Okay. So I'll just direct it at the.
So
the
again,
guy right in front of me.
let me clarify. If you choose to move, it stops doing the acid. So like you are allowed to move, but not whilst continuing your acid spray.
Understood.
Okay.
So wait, after me, who else has to go?
That
do.
that is metagaming, and I will not answer that
Oh,
question.
my bad.
Not me.
All right. Just go ahead and I'll concentrate my stream of acid on the orange goblin.
All right, he rolls a dexterity saving throw and fails and takes 2d4 damage, which does not kill him, but he is covered in acid and is bubbling and writhing. He's screaming. and is horrified after watching two of his friends turn into puddles. What will happen to him?
I wonder. Take a D4 psychotic damage to see if it shakes him up.
Maybe we could handle having Wart and one other.
Wart won't exist in a couple
Okay, yeah, Waywalket's finished.
And then Shaye, it is now your turn.
Still spraying acid, but I don't know.
I will come over into the room as she's turning this goblin into a puddle of guts and melting him. And I will look around the room and investigate.
So you're doing this?
Yes.
Okay. You see nothing.
What about all of these things over here?
Those are stinky rags that they use as beds.
Nice. Nothing in this.
Are you looting Yimik or no?
Oh, sure.
You loot Yimik and find 3 gold teeth in a pouch.
Ooh. I shall take them.
You now possess 3 gold teeth.
Yay!
If you ever lose any, you can put them in.
I know, I might be able to use them in some sort of disguise.
It is now Runewood's turn.
Is there one remaining goblin?
There is, in front of the acid spray.
Okay, then,
He's being
Runewood-
posed by acid.
I don't see her weapons here, dang it. A mace and a light crossbow. She'll use the light crossbow at a safe distance from the acid stream.
Okay, roll a d20 to hit.
A 2.
Does not hit. Twang! Off in the distance.
Alright.
Runewood says something about, like cave architecture, messing up crossbow, aerodynamics, sheepishly avoiding the fact that it was a terrible shot. Desmos, it is now your turn once again.
I guess just to end it early, he's just gonna just cleave the goblin in front of Waywocket.
All right, roll for hit.
14 plus 5
It's a hit.
is
Roll for
a big
damage.
number. Four plus 5, so 9.
9. You kill the goblin, cleaving it. Also, as your sword passes through the acid stream, you see like parts of it start to break apart, and you are left with a hilt and a short stub of metal.
Brilliant.
Combat is technically over.
Combat is over.
Toss it aside.
Combat is over.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! All right,
Killed people with my acid.
you did. That was effective acid.
Horrible ballads.
What?
This is so ridiculous.
Can we walk around?
Sure. Yeah.
Can I roll an investigation check on the room?
You may.
Ooh, 17 plus 1, so 18.
You run around the room, lifting rocks, touching walls, sniffing bedrolls, and find nothing.
No. All for naught. Do I find a replacement longsword? Just kidding. I was actually gonna see if I could return to that other room, and see if I can find a longsword in those crates.
You may attempt to do that.
Oh yeah, and I'll subtly push Wart off the cliff.
So you push Wart from up here down?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so Wart tumbles down to the bottom and takes 2d6 bludgeoning damage, which does 3 damage to him, which does not kill him. Oh, actually, he's bloodied and bound. He had 1 HP. He's dead.
I was gonna say.
He hits the ground and dies.
Desmos, how could you?
Can I roll that stealthily?
You have already done it, sir. There's no time for stealth now.
As the body floats past Ciil, there's an outraged cry from the opening of the castle. What? Who did such an atrocious and dishonorable act? I'll bludgeon your head with my bare hands if I catch you.
Desmos is gonna pick up his torch again and walk to the back in the room with the crates and look for them.
Oh! 1 second.
Whoa.
1 second.
Who's flipping tables here, eh?
No one's flipping tables. Everyone hit open. Just hit open and ignore what just happened. Okay. Anyways, what? Ciil's yelling. Desmos is walking. Wart is dead. What is what?
And everybody disapproves of Desmos.
I whisper words of religious meaning over in Goblin over Wart's form.
All right, you do that.
Rangswarthy finds Sildar and asks him what the black spider.
Rangswarthy asked him about the black spider. All right, let us begin.
Poor man is like, oh, he's kind of knocked out, isn't he?
He's in shock.
He's coming to. Where am I?
He was unconscious the whole time?
Yes.
What? I didn't know that.
Yes,
Okay.
the man is barely alive. He's naked and afraid.
And you're asking him all about black spiders.
And Rangswarthy's in his face. Who's the black spider? Tell me who the black spider is.
No, charisma never was my strong trait.
Sildar kind of sort of comes to. He doesn't really fully have his wits about him, but he says I heard the goblins. Goblins said that the black spider sent word that the dwarf was to be brought to some castle. And the black spider's the person. He's pulling all the strings. Ugh.
Well then, with a pang of compassion, Rangswarthy offers him goblin loincloth to cover.
Goblin what?
Loincloth.
Oh.
Wow, I thought you were gonna heal him or something, but instead you just toss him a loincloth.
Sildar kind of catches the loincloth and sort of drops it off to the side. He's wearing like basic undergarments.
Okay.
He's not. I'm naked and afraid was more of a meme.
You said naked and afraid.
Yeah.
What's the name of a show?
I think, well, I believe we should find a safe place to rest. If that means traveling all the way to town.
Indeed. So I don't know if we could stay in here, but also since this is a hideout, there might be more people coming.
I agree. It's not safe to stay here.
We could maybe build a tree fort.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of work.
No, I'm just kidding.
Wow, Shaye is a really lazy player. I mean, person.
I'm just saying, it's going to take a long time, and then we're going to be super tired.
It's not a work.
We're only like a day or two away from Phandelver, right?
You're less than a day away. Yes.
Oh, cool. So we could technically, never mind. We can make it to Phandelver before sunset, please.
However,
Who did this?
if we did make it to Phandelver, our presence may alert our enemies.
May alert who?
What enemies are you referring to?
Well,
It is just my kinfolk.
it is possible that the black spider is someone who frequents Phandelver, and if they perceive our party survived the ambush and that we retained Sildar, that may remove our element of surprise if we tried to raid the castle.
Well, I don't think there's going to be any trouble in Phandelver. I think we should head there with the goods and the carriage, and at least drop it off to someone who needs it if there's no one to receive it. But I don't think there's any reason not to go to Phandalin at this point.
What say other party members?
Well, okay, first of all, didn't Sildar and the other dude hire us?
Yeah, but they were both captured.
Sildar's like, I'm right here.
Sildar kind of still, like, is in charge of this mission, technically. So, we should
Even
have...
more reason to return to Phandalin to get him some medical attention.
Sildar puts his hand up and says, I prefer Phandalin.
Okay. Well, I'm fine with Phandalin.
Phandalin it is.
Is there anything you guys are doing before we leave the cave?
Yes, I'm looking for a longsword replacement.
Okay.
I'm yelling.
I'm seeing if there are any hidden passageways in that waterfall area.
So you guys want to move your pieces accordingly to what you're doing?
Yes.
As Desmos approaches the wolves in this area without a torch, which he tossed, he hears a growling sound, and sees some beady, sparkly little eyes reflecting from the what little light there is in the cave.
That was quick.
Rangswarthy whispers, "Food, food."
Now. I'm gonna light his torch and toss him another meal.
Wow.
They jump on it like a pack of wolves.
Wow, really?
That's amazing.
All right, continue. Sorry, I just felt like doing that.
You turd burglar.
You do find a longsword of slightly less quality.
Does it do any less damage?
Nope.
Then it's no less quality to me.
Jay doesn't want to have to deal with going through this pack of feasting wolves, so I'm gonna jump off the bridge, or
You do so.
or do flippy things off the bridge.
You do flippy things. Rangswarthy, you see no hidden passages. It is not a fun waterfall, as it was not designed by game developers. It is a regular waterfall with nothing behind it.
Ciil spins around and points his finger in Shaye's face. Did you do this?
Jay, not being too happy with Desmos herself, paddles on him.
What?
It was Desmos!
The villain.
That's such a great tattle voice. It was Desmos!
Rangsworthy looks for a bigger bow and more arrows.
You do not find a bigger bow. You do, however, find a bundle of arrows.
Wait, Rangsworthy's down here just chilling. How is he looking for things?
I imagine
I can drag them all over.
Yeah, I imagine he just is pretending he's in the provision room.
So how many is the bundle?
15 arrows.
Thanks. Is there do I need to like have a, or is that something that's kind of just assumed?
There is a quiver item. It's not technically assumed, unless you are you have to have received one. So if you don't have a quiver, then you don't have a quiver. So you would just be storing them, like in some capacity. But basically, I believe the way it works is if you have a quiver, you don't need to use your free action to reload an arrow. But if you don't have a quiver, it's like a crossbow where you have to get an arrow out, knock it.
Then I will definitely search for a quiver.
You do not see a quiver.
Yeah. All right. Ciil.
Can I use my map case as a quiver?
You may.
All right, I use my map case.
Ingenuity.
Ciil stands up straight, blocking the path as Desmos draws near. Stares him straight in the eye. That one act of yours dishonored your ascendance, yourself, and your descendants. and then I turn and stride away.
Desmos is gonna cup his hands over his mouth, or not over his mouth, but to, pronounce his voice and be like, "Why don't you ask him?"
I will, I say over my shoulder, continuing to stride out.
All right, are you guys going back into this wooded area over here? You guys.
Rangswarthy exits the cave and puts his hand on, taps Desmos on the shoulder, pats him, and just says, "Sorry about your sword, mate. It perished for a good cause."
Aye, that it is.
Hey, keep track of your pieces. I don't want to keep moving everybody. So you guys have left the hideout. Are we moving back towards the trail with the cart?
Yeah,
I think we've done all the perceiving we can possibly.
at least you have now.
5 miles away from that cave, though,
We
or from the ambush cart area.
It is.
5 miles.
It's okay. In D&D, there's no such thing as time.
Wait, you left Runewood behind.
Runewood blends in with certain textures. 1 second as I whoop transition here. Some whoop 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 whoop
Oh, neat.
whoop 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 whoop.
Nice sound effects.
Oh, it's humongous. That's the problem. Whoop
Whoa.
whoop whoop. All right. Whoop whoop whoo. All right. Welcome back to the trail.
Are the carts?
Hey, why are you? What are you doing? What are you doing? That's my job.
Wait, we can pick the board up?
No.
Not
I
anymore.
think that was me. I'm sorry.
All right. What is so? What's the plan? You guys decided to go back to Phandelver?
Yes, we're on our way to
Yes.
Phandelver.
Great.
Is this the way to Phandelver?
You were back at the cart, and Sildar says, "All right, let us proceed."
Well, we have to move the horses first.
All right.
Yeah, Sildar is obviously riding on the wagon.
Can we
so
roll
he
like a
doesn't-
perception check into this like area to see if there's like anything else going on?
You can, yes.
Can we?
'Cause we just got they just got ambushed here, so like I know we went and trailed after some people, but maybe other people found this interesting while we were gone.
You do a perception check, and you see that yes, this area is used commonly for ambushes. You notice that now as you exit the wooded area, and you can see the road easily, and how it was quite easy to ambush you. But have to imagine, as there are no goblins in those spots now, that you must have gone and taken care of the issue.
Cleared them out.
Ciil climbs into the cart and promptly takes a long rest.
In the cart.
Yes.
Okay, sure.
Are we leaving?
Rangswarthy joins him and suggests that anyone wounded should just hop in the cart for the ride and rest on the way.
There is room in the cart for 3 people, and one of them is Sildar.
I can walk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Desmos is fine to walk.
All right.
So
I'm pretty beat up.
Ciil and Rangswarthy get a short rest.
What?
Does that restore any hit points?
It let me look real quick just to make sure I'm doing this the correct way. A short rest, 1 hour. You may okay, I hate doing these. It's a long rest, whatever.
Why
It's
wouldn't it be a long like if they're getting extra rest because they're in the like cart?
because they are not walking.
They're
No, I'm
lazy.
saying, why wouldn't it be a long rest?
I'm saying it is now a long rest. I was looking at the short rest and I was like, it's like not a short rest. It's definitely a long rest. So you guys are now headed to Phandelver, so I'm going to load a save here. So just prepare for the game to do a load.
Do I regain all of my hit points?
You do.
Share the load.
Your characters are all gone, so give me 1 second here to load them from the previous save.
I see a farmer. Look at these cute little characters. Whistly.
Who are we missing? Like Runewood?
Yeah, Runewood and Ethan. Are we missing Ethan?
No, Ethan's the orange.
We have Ethan. Missing.
That's everybody.
Yeah, that is everybody.
Yeah, but we're missing Sildar.
Oh yeah.
Yes, thank you. All right, let me read for you the entrance to Phandelver text here. As you know, historically, the frontier town of Phandelver is built on the ruins of a much older settlement. Hundreds of years ago, the old Phandelver was a thriving human town whose people were firmly allied with the dwarves and gnomes of the Phandelver's Pact. However, the same orc horde that sacked the mines at Waywocket Cave laid waste to the settlement, and Phandelver was abandoned for centuries. The rutted tracks emerges from a wooded hillside, and you catch your first glimpse of Phandelver. The town consists of 40 or 50 simple log buildings, some built on old fieldstone foundations. More old ruins, crumbling stone walls covered in ivy and briars, surround the newer houses and shops, showing how this must have been a much larger town in centuries past. Most of the newer buildings are set on the sides of the cart track, which widens into a muddy main street of sorts as it climbs toward a ruined manor house on a hillside at the east of town. As you approach, you see children playing on the green and townsfolk tending to chores or running errands at shops. Many people look up at you as you approach, but all return to their business as you go by. Sildar seems much more at ease. My friends, he says, let us secure lodgings. I'm told the local inn is very quaint. All of you player characters have arrived from town over here.
And is this the town that everybody's from?
This is the town everyone's very familiar with.
Okay.
And let me turn off our cave sounds here.
What is this, Dad?
Aww.
Is it supposed to be white, or am I the only one seeing it? It's just white.
No, I'm seeing like.
You're seeing white too?
Yeah, we can't see any map.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good for the future. Browse local files.
And also, all of those like old figurines that you were replacing are still there.
No.
I think those are people in the city.
Oh, the people in the game. Okay, that makes sense.
Yep. Let me just solve the map problem 1 second.
No stress.
He's okay.
Boop. Cloud, upload, import, updates.
Oh boy.
Aha! Oh, hold on.
Look at that.
There we are.
Is that a map?
It's a map.
Huzzah! A map appears. I have done it. Let's see here.
You never knew.
Where is special?
Your baby brother. It was perfect.
Like this touch.
Perfect in every way.
Can you guys hear the music from the tablet?
No. I can't. Wait, maybe I have the music turned off.
We couldn't hear the cave sounds either.
Really?
Oh, really? I could hear the cave sound.
Maybe you have the game sounds turned down.
A drippy noise.
I have town stuff playing if you want to mess with your sound settings to try to figure it out. If not, I'll work on it another time with Blue.
Maybe I just have to hit the play button.
Sounds.
All right.
Alright,
He wakes from his slumber in the wagon and groggily asks, "What did I miss?"
1 second while I fiddle with technology here. Okay.
I was taking care of stuff, so I don't know.
Okay. So the last thing you guys heard was oh, did it? Somebody just clicked
Sorry,
this.
I scrolled. I don't know what's going on.
Who is doing all this clicking?
I don't know. I'm getting a ton of like somebody wants to open URL stuff.
Yeah. Okay. No more clicking stuff. If you're clicking stuff, it's probably me, but I'm just gonna blame you guys.
Well, no, it says that some of it's tuck too. It says.
Oh. Okay.
No. Yeah, I clicked on the tablet to play the sound for us, and it was and I accidentally scrolled.
Okay. So look, we fixed the map problem. My friends, he says, let us secure lodgings. I'm told the local inn is very quaint. Where do you guys follow Sildar as he approaches the town, or are you guys stopping him to do something else?
Yes, Desmos is exhausted. He's gonna follow Sildar.
I have a question really quick.
Yes.
So we're just like we want to follow him. Like we're like we saved him and he's not
our employer.
or nothing. Oh, that's right. Okay.
Well, I don't know.
We just saved his life and now we're
I
following
don't
him.
know. Because remember, wait, I can't say this out loud when I'm around. The
You can
one-
whisper
the
it to
Lord's
one of us.
Alliance has been suspiciously quiet lately, remember? Despite all of the attacks. So he might be in on the plot somehow.
That's what I said.
Oh.
Rangswarthy says.
You fucking idiot.
He looks at him with an unreadable expression.
Sildar continues walking to town.
We must follow him to lodging, and we will book accommodations large enough for him to not have.
We could also like
Yeah.
We will
get
not-
some
we-
drinks, get a round of drinks and get him a little bit soused and then try to get information out of him.
A little bit what?
Soused.
A little bit soused.
Soused. Drunk.
As you approach the inn, Sildar informs you of your plan, of the plan that he had coming to Phandelver. Primarily, not actually to help Gundren Rockseeker deliver supplies, as it might surprise you, but in fact, the Lord's Alliance is curious about what's going on because they sent a wizard named Yarno Albrecht to check on Phandelver, and he has mysteriously disappeared. When this is what Sildar Hallwinter is doing to check on the status of said wizard.
Different
Wait.
gender.
So nobody knows where this wizard went?
Sildar Hallwinter says, "I'm here to discover where he went. I have just arrived. I don't know if anyone knows where he went."
Rangswarthy asks, "Why did you throw in with Gundren Rockseeker?"
He was headed to Phandelver and offered to pay me money. Why would I not?
You got a point.
Ciil interjects
Opportunist.
applicable question. What's your father's name?
Sildar kind of like squints his eyes at him and just continues and ignores the question as it's quite personal.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Rangswarthy offers to buy him a plate of food and a solid drink.
Sildar says, I much appreciate that, fellow. And he turns back to Ciil and says, "You know, for saving my life, I owe you at least a name." And he says his name was Peter.
A good strong name, Ciil responds, and then drifts out the door since he's not hungry or tired.
All right. So Ciil is the only one not in the tavern then?
Unless anybody wants to follow him.
All right.
Wait, why are you not in the tavern?
Because I'm not tired. I slept the whole time.
Oh, you're not.
Okay.
So it's go ahead. I'm sorry.
Are these other pieces scattered around the village representative of NPCs we can interact with?
In a couple minutes here, yes. As you enter the inn, in the center of town stands a large, newly built roadhouse of fieldstone and rough-hewn timbers. The common room is filled with locals nursing mugs of ale or cider, all of them eyeing you with curiosity. As you approach the door, you all notice that you might have 2 hours left of sunlight. And then I guess you enter the inn, and we can begin role-playing again.
Yes. Desmos is gonna walk up to the bar and unstrap his armor and set it on a stool next to him, and then he's gonna raise his hand and order a drink.
What are you ordering?
Ale.
What ale on the house?
Make that 2 because I'm extra hungry.
2 ales, my kind of man. Ha! He slaps down 2 ales in front of you and says, "We always welcome newcomers."
I'm not a newcomer.
Well, shit. You're right. I forgot. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. It's not on the house. So it's 2 silver pieces for you, Desmos.
All right, you scoundrel. All right, he places 2.
I guess all of you. Sorry, 1 second. All of you would recognize and know Toblin Stonehill, the friendly young human owner of the inn, which is called the Stonehill Inn.
Okay, so Ciil.
So are we at the Stonehill Inn?
You are.
Oh. Ciil loiters around for a minute and then decides he's bored.
Okay.
He has never met people because he's from Everdeep, actually. So this is his first time in Phandelver. Yes. So he promptly...
Rangswarthy. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Rangswarthy orders a hot cut of lamb shank for still.
Your order is yelled back to the kitchen. 1 cut of lamb shank! And somebody pipes up in the kitchen. You got it!
All right, Ciil confidently strides to the innkeeper, places his elbows on the table, stares for a second into his eye. Ale, please, he says. And then, innkeeper, eh? Does it run in the family?
Toblin kind of gives you a funny look and hollers, "Hey, Elsa, I think you might be the one for this guy." And a very beautiful barmaid teeters over with 1 ale. "Here you go, honey."
Barmaid, eh? Does it run in the family?
Elsa giggles. Hee hee.
Quit being rude to the locals.
What's the name of the barkeep? Toblin?
Desmos shoves a drink in Ciil's hands. Ease up.
I was just asking. Oh, fuck.
Rangswarthy leans over as they're waiting for the lamb shank and asks Sildar, "So has the Lord's Alliance lost any others they've sent this direction?"
Sildar says, "No, just Yarno Ulbrich was the only one we thought we had to send. We haven't heard from him in two entire months."
Ivetta's going to go to the market.
You're going to the You're going to the market to do what now?
To grab mistletoe.
So you are leaving the party at the inn to go to the market.
She has a spell that has a requirement.
You're oh. I'm sorry. You're leaving the inn to go to the marketplace to buy some mistletoe.
Yes, but I need money.
Did you give him all your money?
No.
Don't we have?
No, you said no.
We have a bank of 600 copper. 10
But we start out
And
with something.
As I say, Hadassah, you start out with 15 gold, which like is a substantial amount of money.
I had read in the player's handbook. I don't know if this applies or not. Saying something about rolling and multiplying your starting gold. Is that like an optional rule?
That's if you pick. That's if you pick that to also buy all the equipment you get, which I did not do. I chose the background equipment.
Yeah, never mind then.
Yeah, if you choose to personally buy all of your equipment instead of going with the background equipment, then yes, you get a larger amount of gold to like then spend before you do session 1.
Yeah. Okay.
Silgar, you seem a decent chap. How have you been in this area long?
Sildar looks sideways at him. I have just arrived with you, my friend.
Oh. Ciil realizes his social blunder and attempts to incur the favor of Silgar using a charisma check
Desmos
and
butts
trying
in.
to flatter him.
Desmos butts in.
Hey,
You haven't had enough alcohol, have you?
Roll your charisma check.
Yes, I'm gonna roll a charisma check. It's a 1.
Wow. I feel like it's a critical failure. You can describe how what is the least flattering thing you think you could possibly say to somebody you just met?
Oh, your shoes seem rather tattered. Do you get them hand tailored or do you lick them yourself? I mean, make them.
Sildar's opinion of you definitely worsens, but he imagines that you're just shooken up from the goblin encounter and pushes the ale closer to you.
Ciil, embarrassed by his blunders, drowns his sorrow in a pint of ale.
The bartender watching the entire encounter just hands you another one.
And his name again is Toblin something.
Wait a minute.
Yes,
You've never done
it
that
is
for me.
Toblin Stonehill. And he says, Desmos, quit your racket and drink.
Oh,
You'll be down a whole gold piece by the time you all leave here, so you better shut it.
How much money we have?
At the bottom of your character sheet, you will notice in your equipment section, you personally have 10 gold pieces on you at the moment.
What does the GP stand for?
GP, are you with me? Yes.
and is it 10 or 20 silver pieces? That's equivalent to a gold piece.
I don't remember. D&D currency.
There's a currency in between silver
It
coin
is-
and gold coin that's EP, and I have no idea what it is.
So 1 silver is 5 copper. 1 gold is 10 silver.
Okay.
And then a platinum is 5 gold.
Cool.
Ivetta, I feel like we trailed off from what you were planning on doing. Can you explain to me what you're doing?
Yeah, I went to the market to grab some mistletoe quickly.
And that was, you said, for a requirement for one of your spells?
Yes.
So I did want to let you guys know, at least for this Lost Mines of Phandelver portion, like if you guys feel comfortable adding that on after we've done some more, I'm not going to require you to have the requirements for your spells.
Oh, okay.
At least until we like get through some more meat in the campaign. You guys feel like you can add that additional thing to your like rotations and stuff, just because it's like quite nuanced. And some of the requirements, like you might just have a spell you'll never get the requirement for unless you're like more knowledgeable about the game in general. So I'm just gonna say no requirements for anyone for spells, at least until either the end of this half of our campaign or somewhere where you guys bring it up again and you feel like you want to add it.
Okay.
Unless it's something like a holy symbol that's related to your class. But anyway, continue.
She still goes to.
Ivetta still goes to the market?
Yeah.
So the market is not the inn, so you're leaving the inn to go to the market?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. There are two options. I suppose you could ask Sildar where the market place is, and he tells you of the options that there is the Barthen's Provisions market.
Live here, though?
What?
Yeah, we're all from here, right?
We all live here.
And he just arrived.
This is all fair points. Yes, you head to the market.
Did Gundren Rockseeker pay for our lodging ahead of time?
He did not.
Well, wait. If we live here, do we need?
I was gonna say, you guys do live in the area. I wouldn't be opposed to you guys, like, quote, going home.
And I presume since we're all on a mission together, we live at the same location?
You do not all live at the same house, if that's what you mean. You all live in this town, and I would allow you to pick any houses that don't have something on them.
I live in this house. Right there.
That doghouse.
But right now we're in the inn. We can worry about that in a minute.
Runewood. Oh, never mind. You're still at market. Yeah, do your market.
Me?
Yeah, what are you doing at the market?
Okay. Stealthily give us.
Whoa.
Wait, what?
I had a hard time hearing you, Das. What'd you say?
She's stealing goods.
Whoa!
Going to goods.
You're.
Do I need to roll for that?
Yeah, absolutely. You walk into you're
that.
walking into the trading post. Let me read this to you. Barthen's is the biggest trading post in Phandelver. Its shelves stock most ordinary goods and supplies, including backpacks, bedrolls, rope, and rations. The place is open from sunup to sundown, and Barthen does not stock weapons or armor, but you can purchase your adventuring gear here. And you're going to walk in and steal stuff.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead. I guess roll a d20 for stealth.
Okay.
So d20 and then add 5.
Oh.
Meanwhile, none of us know what she's up to.
Yeah, you rolled a 3.
A 3 plus.
5, so 8.
Okay.
You walk into the store and it's like you've walked in normally. No one like people notice you've walked in, but no one like pays any special attention to you. Like you're just a normal customer. I guess now, what are you trying to steal?
I'm a little bit hungry, so I'm just gonna steal some chocolate.
All right.
For some chocolate.
Roll a d20 with the sleight of hand. Sleight of hand, I guess. 6.
Oh, a 9.
You grab it and throw it into your backpack, and Elmer Barthen witnesses it and kindly says, "You planning to pay for that, huh?"
It's a 9 plus 3, just so 12.
I mean, he's watching her put it in the bag.
Oh yes, sorry, I forgot. How much?
That'd be 3 copper pieces.
Your reputation.
Yeah.
He says welcome back and asks if you have the supplies that you came to bring back.
Carriage, all the supplies.
Oh, right, yes. Everyone is at the inn, and
Excellent. he hands you 70 gold to distribute to each, like 10 gold per member of the party, and asks about where Gundren and Sildar are so he can speak to them.
The captured dwarf and the human woman.
All right, yeah, they're also at the end.
Oh, fantastic. If you could send Gundren and Sildar over, I'd love to speak with them. Thank you.
You realize Gundren is...
Gundren's murdered.
Just kidding.
He's kidnapped.
Yeah.
I will send them.
Oh, he's not dead?
Oh, he's at the
Oh,
castle.
it's the lying approach.
Elmer feels like the conversation, he's witnessing you just talk to people that aren't here. He's confused. Are you sending Sildar and Gundren over to speak to me or not?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. I look forward to catching up and hearing the news from the road.
Wonderful. Thanks for the chocolate. And such a piece was cold.
All right. What's next?
I will.
I go back to the inn.
Okay, doke.
All right. I'm really hungry and kind of tired. However, I feel kind of cheap and I don't want to have to buy a meal. So I sidle up to one of the people who are just munching away at their meal and try to convince them to buy me a meal and a drink.
Okay. So you sidle up next to Lennar, who's a out-of-town miner. And he says, "How's it going?"
What's up? It's a nice meal you got going on there.
Yes, it is. It's a quite tasty lamb shank.
I remember when I could eat lamb shanks. Oh, it's been a long time.
He says, with a mouthful.
I start pretending to break down.
He panics. Very little experience with this sort of thing. Kind of gruffly pats you on the shoulder. Says, "It's okay, Missy. Like lamb, is plentiful. Do you have like an allergy or something?"
No, if only I had the money to buy the lamb shank.
Oh, he goes, "Oh, okay. Elsa, can I get a lamb shank?" And she's like, "Okay, honey." And she brings one out and slaps it in front of you.
I quickly stop crying and and pat him on the back and say, thank you. You're the best."
He kind of thinks that there's maybe more chemistry than there actually is, and asks, "You heard about the orc raiders off the Tribor Trail? It's kind of crazy, huh?"
I feed his misunderstanding and feign ignorance, even though I'm not feigning it. I have no idea, and ask him more about the topic.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. They're just hammering away on these caravans. The town master's looking for someone to clean them up.
Oh, you don't say.
Absolutely.
Desmos hear what they're talking about?
Desmos is busy stuffing ale down Ciil's.
I was gonna say, I feel like probably you are not hearing this conversation as you sit at the bar, rowdily drinking beer.
So is the town master offering any rewards for these orc attack capture?
He does the whole guffaw, like, "What? Of course. Who do you think is just gonna go fight a bunch of orcs for no money? That's crazy."
Oh, definitely not me. I'm smart.
He takes another bite and he goes, "Okay."
Okay.
I awkwardly sit in silence as I eat my lamb shank.
He also he picks up on the cue and continues to eat his lamb shank in silence as well.
Meanwhile, Runewood leans over to Rangswarthy and says, "Don't you want to check if there's any guild?"
Do you want to check what now?
if there's any guild here. Like, is there a guild in town?
There are, like, I guess you guys are asking that question to each other. Are you asking me, like, to just, like, is that just a question you're asking if your character knows that?
What's that?
Are you just asking, like, does your character know if there are people who are associated?
Do I know if there's a guild or anything like that in town?
Yeah, you know of a couple individuals who have connections to specific organizations, but you're not too clued in, as they tend to be more private about that.
But there's no, like, hub, right?
There is no hub for a quote guild. Excuse me. The closest thing to a hub for a guild would be the Miners Exchange.
Okay. Is there anywhere to acquire weapons or mounts or anything? I mean, I think mounts are out of our price range at this point.
Everybody knows the best place to buy weapons in Phandelver is the Lion Shield Coster.
Okay. The place with all those crates of mediocre weapons.
Exactly.
You just need to go to the smith and make your own.
Yeah. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I get to fetch the finest ore at the Miners Guild and craft my own weapons to slay gerblins with.
So
Toblin hears you say that and thinks about not giving you your next ale.
Waywocket, like,
I Sildar how he plans to go about investigating the appeared wizard.
Yarno Albrecht?
Yeah. Let me write down that name again, Sarah. How do you spell it?
It would be, let me just find it real quick for you, just so I get it exactly. Iarno, Yarno, Albrecht, Albrek.
and who is that guy?
That is the missing wizard from the Lord's Alliance that Sildar Hallwinter is here to locate.
Wow, I wrote the name down so wrong. That's so
It's okay. D&D is basically like Jackston, and like however you want to spell it is probably like spelled exactly whatever.
It wasn't spelled. It was like I heard a different name.
Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, yeah, that's Yarno Albrecht.
So I lean over to Sildar as he's taking a big bite of lamb shank and just ask. So, if you joined Gundren Rockseeker just to get here, how did you plan to go about finding this lost wizard once you got here?
Well, my plan is to, of course, hit the local inn, ask around, see what people heard of him, where he might have gone, what might have happened to him. And I guess after hearing the local rumors, meet up with the town master and go from there.
Is there to be any search party for him? Or
Potentially. Well, I guess we'll see. I know Gundren was talking a lot about this Lost Mine, so I have to imagine with all of the special cases happening in this area, that must be part of it. But we'll see what my investigation leads to.
And Yarno Albrecht was sent here to discover why there are raids happening? Was he discovered?
It was more like a influential peacekeeper, just to be in the area, let us know if something happens so we could send a larger force. His disappearance is quite concerning. He was a talented wizard.
Well, after you get some rest, be sure to find out more.
Sounds good. I look forward to working with you.
The conversation is interrupted by Ciil belting out in song, which is a mix of Elvish, Orc, Goblin, and Dwarvish, all broken and melded together.
Everyone kind of looks over, confused. Okay.
I mean, I'm saying he's drunk, but I'm trying to foster the role playing.
No, I understand. Obviously, everyone speaks like random parts of the languages you just spoke in tandem, so they're just kind of like, like anyone who speaks English, French, Russian, Chinese, and then Hebrew all in one sentence, people are gonna be like, what the fuck?
Okay, so who are you just talking to? Who is Rangswarthy? Who were you just talking to?
I was talking to
The
Sildar,
owner?
asking him about the search. Yeah, because Sildar is not here to come rock seeker. He's here
Right.
to find that lost wizard, Yarno Albrecht.
The Waywocket was eavesdropping on your conversation and saunters over and says, "Do you know where Yarno Albrecht lived?"
I imagine he was probably staying at the inn, because he's not a resident here. Unless someone opened their house to him, I would imagine he was staying at the inn.
That would be a good indicator. Good place to start. Just ask the innkeeper.
Yeah, ask Toblin.
Toblin, who's kind of hanging out right here, listening to the conversation, says, "Oh yeah, he stayed at the inn for a while, left one day and didn't come back."
How long ago was this? Oh wait, I'm not over there.
He already said it was like 2 months ago that he's been missing.
Oh, well, right, but how long ago did he leave the inn?
Oh, sure. 2 months and 1 week.
Yeah, I was to say 2 months ago.
Oh, 2-ish months.
like 2 months and a 10-day.
Rangswarthy asks. Rangswarthy asks Waywocket, "Did you know this wizard?"
Yeah, I did. He was, pretty proficient in some good stuff, so it's kind of surprising that we haven't heard from him. I would like to, or I guess I've heard of him. Like, I've heard of him. My teacher knew him. And he had a lot of knowledge that I was really looking forward to putting into my head. So it'd be really cool if we could find him.
Shaye has finished her lamb shank and saunters over to the counter with an idea brewing in her mind. I have oh wait, actually, Elias, I have a question for you before I ask this.
Okay.
Is there an underground like thieves ring in Phandelver?
There is, and all of you know how the red brands have been terrorizing the town.
That's right. So where would I go to find such a person to talk with?
I mean, any of the townspeople would point you towards the Sleeping Giant Inn, where the red brands hang out and fall prey upon anyone who wanders to.
Nice. Okay.
Where do they operate primarily? Do they primarily operate in town or kind of all over the countryside?
Everyone, I guess, like, who are you asking that? Like, is that just your knowledge as a character of being in this area?
Yeah, like, what do we know?
You guys know that they patrol town. It's like, imagine very like mobster asking for insurance money so they don't burn your house down kind of style. They pick on the townsfolk. They loiter the Sleeping Giant Inn, but you don't really know like where their base of operations is. You kind of see a lot of comings and goings from Trezendar Manor.
Where is that?
That is on the most eastern side of town on the hill over here.
Is it possible or could you just orient the map with Earth being up?
If you right-click, you can rotate your screen to orient the map the way you please.
Okay.
All right.
So, my idea...
Oh, all of you were just randomly looking at it from whatever angle?
Yeah.
I had it up and down for a while, but then I flipped it back.
Yeah, so you just right-click and rotate it wherever you want.
Or you can use like the directional things.
Was
Oh, you could use the arrows if you're a caveman. Okay.
Okay. Anyway, Shaye leans over the counter, or not over the counter, across the counter, to her traveling buddies, and says, "I might be able to ask around in the underground network, and see if I can get some answers."
Frida, a weaver who's been eavesdropping, she says, "Well, the Red Brands hassle every business in town except for the Phandelver Miner Exchange. They don't want to trouble with Halia Thornton. She runs the place."
Interesting. Said Phandelver Mine Exchange.
What's that?
I've done some business with her. With the brute for a woman.
Another, just sorry to keep breaking out of the immersion, but is it reasonable for players to, or advantageous to purchase mounts? Or, I mean, like, is that like a disadvantage or realistic? Or, I mean, why are they in the game?
So basically there's levels of ways to play D&D, like at specific intensities. So like a mount I think is always a fine purchase. But like if you're playing at a higher intensity of D&D, you would use a mount to carry like more gear, to travel further distances for your party. I'm not really imposing those things on you guys until later. So for now, I would not stress having a mount.
Yep.
But later on, when I talk to you guys about implementing like travel times and those types of things, I might suggest we start like upping the ante and buying mounts and stuff.
And then, is there a forge in town where we could maybe slightly improve?
Yes.
I mean,
the
smithing tools.
It's Tuck Smithy, right?
The smithy is right where I'm placing your character. However, the sun is setting, and the gentleman who runs the smithy, Desmos, is drunk as a skunk.
Hey, I need to update everybody about what happened at the market.
What's that?
I need to update everyone about what happened at the market.
You should do that then, before Rangswarthy trumbles off to smith himself something.
What's the guy's name at the market? I forgot.
If you hover over the characters, you can read their names. Elmer Barthen is the gentleman who runs Barthen's Provisions.
Who you tried to steal from.
Whom you tried to be a thief.
Indeed. So is he like an elf or a goblin?
He is a 50-something-year-old balding man down on his luck, and people are trying to steal his chocolate.
So this balding man approached me at the market, and he wants to see our I forget the name. Ciil and the goblin.
He's not a goblin.
Or the
Gundren. Gundren and Sildar?
Yes, and Sildar, sorry.
Sildar kind of looks over. I'd be happy to see him. Did you inform him that Gundren is not available?
So that's the problem.
Okay, so you didn't. Okay.
Also, didn't we take some supplies from the wagon?
Yes, you did.
There's less than.
No, but Rangswarthy chimes in that the goblins took what was in them.
Right, exactly.
It was looted by enemies, and Sildar can explain how we were raided and captured.
It just told me that we were kicked from the server. Yeah.
Yeah, I just got.
Yeah.
It's no big deal. I'm just gonna reboot it up here. I'm not sure what happened. Is everyone still on?
Yeah.
And did you say Desmos is the one who runs the forge?
Yeah, since when?
Since now, I guess.
You're a smith. Aren't you?
I have smithing capabilities, smithing tools.
And you're a smith, you big Gnome.
But it doesn't mean I own a shop. That's quite the asset to give me right off the bat.
I sell it for 700 pieces.
It's a up and coming smithy that nobody respects the talent of.
Sounds good to me.
Find the game that you just invited us to.
Shift tab,
Yeah.
and then you'll accept the invite I'm sending you now.
And you'll need to invite me.
Tucker, are you gonna invite Matt here?
Invite Ethan's laptop.
Oh.
I was gonna say, I feel like Tuck has like a hearing disability.
I might. I mean, I look in instructions.
Okay, but the map is white for me still.
Yeah, I made the map white again.
Oh, 1 second. It's a quick fix this time.
I feel like we need to get into some kind of sequence.
I feel like we need to see.
Yeah, I like how Hannah just ignored the opportunity of slaying orcs.
Did it work?
In favor of a lamb shank.
No,
It did not?
no.
Okay.
Instead,
A free lamb shank, no less. Although I'm pretty sure they were free.
Now, I'm planning on coming back to him, but
What about now?
I had an idea, so I had to voice it before I forgot. If you remember, Shaye has a very short.
Did that work?
sure,
Yes.
because it said,
Yes, it worked.
All of our characters are no longer on the board.
I am working on it. I'm working as fast as I can.
Gosh, the lines.
I am limited by the technology of my time.
Before we part from the inn, Rangswarthy says we need to ensure that Sildar remains protected. Let's figure out lodging arrangements.
Oh yes, a house.
I mean, he can stay with me.
no, I'd say that's a fine plan.
And I rested on the way here, so I can keep watch. And he rested too. But is there any mechanic like where we would get fatigued if we stayed up overnight or something?
I don't think I would enforce anything like that.
I mean, do we need to keep watch?
If you're in your house, it would be the height of paranoia, but you're welcome to do it.
No, I invite him to join me at the fridge and just play into the night and the town.
So are you guys dispersing into your? I thought did Ivetta? Did you finish?
That's right. You need to bring him quick to that
She did
market.
not.
I was to say, well, the game crashed when Ivetta was talking, so
That I just walked into a bedroom.
oh, okay. So I think Sildar Hallwinter feels compelled to walk down to Barthen's Provisions and speak to the man himself. Explains that Gundren Rockseeker, unfortunately, has been abducted by goblins. Apparently, was not with him at the hideout and does not know where he might be, but has an idea. And Barthen is quite saddened by the news. He considered Gundren Rockseeker a good friend, and hopes that he is well, and that he will let his brothers know when they return for their next supply run that something has happened to him.
And Desmos falls asleep at
Toblin calls one of the barkeeps to walk you home.
Ciil curls up on a single chair, hugging his knees to his chest, and probably falls asleep in a meditative way.
Toblin, not quite sure what to do with you, offers you a room and sees if you respond.
I do not.
He waits a couple seconds longer.
I respond in Dwarvish.
He takes that as gibberish and carries on with his night.
Waywocket goes off to her place to sleep.
And then I take it that Rangswarthy and Sildar follow Desmos Goniger to the forge.
That sounds good. Sildar knows that he's with you for the evening. However, he's eager to get to sleep.
Then he can sleep in the same room as Tuck.
Okay, he stays with Desmos, the drunkard.
And we're all at the same building, though, right?
Yes, for now, yes. Are you sleeping with Desmos as well?
I'm gonna be working at the forge.
You're what?
I'm working on my. If I can, I'd like to maybe improve.
As the sun sets and you're rummaging and hammer striking rings throughout the town, people start leaving their residences to see what's going on, as it's quite rude.
You end up making 50 enemies in.
Then I really walk out front and.
Specifically,
I got carried away. I lost track of the time. I was focused on my forging.
Specifically, Sister Garel, the next door neighbor to this smithy, quite unpleasant that she happens to live there. She's thinking of starting an organization, something to manage other people's business so that they don't bother her quite as much. Goes to see she walks over to see what's going on. And so this is who you're telling this to, by the way.
Okay. Yeah. And then what was her response?
What exactly did you say again?
Oh, I just said apologies. I got lost in my work and didn't realize the time of day.
Oh, she says she's a zealous young elf. She was like, oh, that's fine. I suppose I thought maybe there was some scuffle about maybe somebody was finally taking on the red brands, but I guess not. I'll just go back to bed and dream a better dream than reality.
Yep. And I say, happy dreaming.
Okay, that's the end of that interchange. What else we got going on?
Shaye is not quite ready for sleep, and she feels she has some unfinished business. So she heads over to the Sleeping Giant Inn to get some answers about the missing, however you say his name.
Yarno Albrecht.
Yes.
Okay. You are at the Sleeping Giant Inn. You are greeted by 4 burly, mean-looking ruffians. Are you stealthily approaching, or are you just walking on up?
I shall. I'll just walk on up.
The Sleeping Giant is a ramshackle taproom at the east end of town. 4 ruffians linger on the covered porch, perched on empty ale barrels, or leaning against the wall. They all wear grimy scarlet cloaks, their sullen stares fixed on you as you approach. One of the thugs spits on the ground. Well, well, he snarls. Here's a little puppy. What do you want, puppy? Come to bark at us?
I merely glare at them and nod and say, gentlemen, as I walk through the front door.
He puts his hand up in front of the door as you try to walk through it. And he says, "Not so fast."
What shall I do?
Get your butt kicked.
Nay, I shall not. Let's see. What can I use over here?
While you are contemplating, the 3 other ruffians kind of circle around you closer.
Alright, I'm gonna try. Oh dear, this is gonna end badly. I have a feeling. I shall try to. Oh man, how can I deceive them into something? I'm kind of in a crappy situation here.
You're about to get punched.
I'm gonna try to avoid them and somehow like do an acrobatic slip around them.
Okay.
Okay. Dance.
Roll a d20.
Okay.
This is for acrobatics.
Okay. Where's my thingies? Over here. Okay, 16 plus.
So 21 total. Okay, describe exactly what you're doing to... you are about to evade their clutches. What exactly do you do?
Alright. Well, since I am such a small person against such a large person, I try to kind of trip him up as I flip around him, but I don't really trip him up. I'm more just kind of slap him in the face and slide under his arm nimbly.
Into the bar?
Yes, into the room, right? Because I haven't entered the room.
It's like a imagine an old western like double door slap open the bar, kind of like you're like sliding into the thug bar.
Yes, exactly.
After slapping the guys that are guarding the door.
That sounds like a horrible idea.
Do-
Okay.
Are you I'm giving you the opportunity to continue or not.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't continue with that.
I'm totally happy playing it out. I'm absolutely content to do that.
It might be kind of fun. Let's just play it out.
Okay, all right. You slap him and slide under the double door into the bar. As you enter the room, it's actually comedic if it weren't so tense, as every eye turns to you, and the 6 ruffians that are at the bar are surprised to see somebody that's not a red brand enter the bar that is only for red brands. And the people behind that you just slapped and slid past kind of follow you in. And there are now 10 red brand ruffians, and the one who looks like the most leaderish of the pack asks, "What the fuck do you think you're doing?"
And I shall answer in Undercommon. If they would understand Undercommon, right?
This gentleman would.
Okay. So I will answer in Undercommon, and I'll be like, well, I'm looking for some answers. All cool like.
Okay. The people who don't understand you behind are pissed off that you slapped them, and so you just feel 2 hands on either side of your shoulders, and the leader guy says, "Wait, hold on a second." And he responds in Undercommon, "What kind of answers?"
I'm looking for a wizard who's gone missing. Do you know anything of Yarno Albrecht?
You see understanding and then confusion. He responds, "I don't know a Yarno Albrecht, but if you're looking for a wizard, I can take you to him."
I shall follow him. I shall accept his offer.
They,
Wait. First.
Okay.
First. Can I do a... Well, no, he hasn't really promised anything. Never mind. Go ahead.
He kind of grins, happy that you've accepted his offer. He snaps his fingers, and the guards that were behind you turn around, punch you in the stomach, and they throw a hood over your head and toss you in the back.
Solid.
Yep, and you are bound, gagged, and tied up, and you hear them talking about how they'll take you to the boss tomorrow.
Dang it, none of us know about that.
So we still have Ivetta and
I
Runewood.
don't think any of us know.
Nope, none of you know.
Dang it. And got herself captured.
Elias is gonna have to like improvise.
I'm improvising already. We've gone so far off the rail here that it's not even funny. Ivetta and Runewood still have to decide if they're turning in for the night or what they're up to.
I will turn in for the night, but my sleeping spot will be in the forest.
In the forest.
Yes.
Okay. Well, actually, probably the real forest. That's the orchard, so probably way over here.
So she messes by us, form on her way.
Yep.
This might be like a situation like in the Two Towers where Shaye over here is like spitting out her like her leaf pendant, like Legolas, what do or Ivetta, what do your elf eyes see? And then what's Runewood up to?
She's actually here. I was kind of just filling her in.
Oh, okay. Welcome back, Lainey.
I was giving her the option of like she could maybe accompany someone to their house if she didn't want to walk the streets alone. But she wants to rest for the night.
Okay.
I think she might have been damaged.
No, I don't know if I can. I know that I used spells.
Right.
You were not damaged.
But she did want to replenish her.
Sure, yeah. I mean, you could say that you accompanied someone like to your house that you keep in the town. Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay, so whatever house, like, do you have a preference on houses?
This thing on the hill. You can't go there. That's where the red brands are.
That's what you suspect is the red brand base.
It's a mansion.
No, I don't really have a preference. I mean, preferably one that's like closer to, my companions.
All right, your house is this one here.
And then, can I just work on leather crafting since that's not necessarily as loud?
Sure. You're welcome to do so.
Okay, could I, I don't know, can I improve armor or I'm not familiar with all you can do with leather.
So if you look at your character sheet, you have leather working tool proficiency and leather working tools. You may pilfer leather equipment from the smithy if there are some. Otherwise, you'd have to. I don't think you have any like leather. Do you have like leather supply that you just carry around, like cured leather that you're just working with?
I would think I would have some.
Okay, then what are you hoping to make over the night?
Well, that's what I'm asking. Like, is there anything that can improve my attack or anything that...
Not that you would make in one evening, no. But you could work. You could start a bigger project that may take multiple times. Like, you could start something now if you wanted.
Yeah. Or like, is the map case I'm using for a quiver, is that limited in how many arrows?
I'd say it can hold 5 arrows. It is limited, yeah.
I'd like to just work on that to expand it.
Okay.
Make it dexterous and make it able to hold more.
So go ahead and roll a d20.
Okay, it's a 13.
13. You spend the night plugging away on this map. Are you making a new quiver or are you upgrading the map case?
Upgrading the map case.
You spend the night plugging away on the map case and feel about like that you're halfway done with making it a workable 25 arrow quiver.
Awesome. Now the 13, did that account for my proficiency?
Yeah, I essentially just in my brain came up with a difficulty for like how, and then essentially like the number you rolled filled up that amount of meter.
Yeah, perfect. Is it still usable though, or is it?
Yeah, it's usable. It's usable. I'd say like it could hold, like what? So 5 to. I would say you could go from 5 to 15 for now.
Okay, thanks.
And that I think rounds out our evening. Everyone is rested, long rest, full HP, full spell slots. The sun is bright and shining. We're getting up for the day.
I think that I'm exactly well rested.
I mean, I guess, do you choose to sleep or not with the cloth over your head? Did you want to try to escape?
Well, no, we can deal with that tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but next week or whenever we're getting together.
I mean, I'm welcome to. If I mean, are we done for the night? Is everyone feeling done?
I think Hannah maybe misunderstood you as saying like, as the party was done for the night in town. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, I felt like we would have more time to make progress, but it's up to you guys.
Sure,
I'm going.
I think you definitely misunderstood you.
Sure.
How did you got here?
Who keeps hitting their mic? Stop it. Yeah, we I feel like we still have more time, so I mean, the sun is shining. If you want to try to make an escape throughout the night, I'm welcome to do that with you real quick. If you feel like you wouldn't do that, then we can start with the morning.
Now I'll get some rest.
Okay.
She just long rest, gagged, and
As long as they don't bother her and she doesn't go anywhere or do anything, it's a long rest.
all right, there you go.
These red brand ruffians are uncivilized, but they're not barbarians.
They literally.
So the sun is shining. I guess like who's ready to start the day? Who's starting us off here?
Desmos wakes up with a hangover and makes himself a cup of bean brew and begins working on his project for the day.
Okay.
His mini project.
Sildar Hallwinter is gone, and you at the moment are not sure where he is.
Ciil has been awake since 4:30 a.m. since he had a long rest before, and sleeps off the beer, and then he's been just sitting there praying, meditating, deliberating.
And Ciil would know when Sildar walked in at 6 in the morning to
Sildar is just up and gone.
to get breakfast and speak to the locals.
Waywocket is up bright and early, and she ran off to the library to study.
We'll call this the library.
Ivetta stumbles out of the forest.
A leaf in her hand.
Stumbles.
And makes her way to the inn to grab some breakfast.
Steal some breakfast.
Steal some breakfast.
Are you actually trying to steal breakfast?
No.
Rangswarthy, wait. Rangswarthy. Oh, sorry.
Oh my god, you guys are so funny.
Well, just to increase the flow and get things going, Desmos is gonna finish up his project and go to the inn.
All right. Rangswarthy wakes up and heads back into the forge, bright new day, and sees the neighbor sister Geralt and waves and says, "Good day to get clanging."
She gives you a hearty thumbs up and stuffs cotton in her ears.
I proceed to continue working on my my quiver.
Okay.
Desmos is gonna rub his eyes, look around, counting up the people. He already saw Rangswarthy. Has anyone? Where's the tiny woman?
She hasn't been here all night long. Ciil responds from his corner.
Yes, she was. She was over there talking to the dwarf.
She left.
Where?
Don't know.
This could be a problem.
Ciil slowly gets up and begins striding toward Desmos, sensing that a search party is about to be gathered.
Well, let's not get too carried away here. We could ask around.
You haven't seen her.
Probably off thieving, perhaps. Ciil suggests.
She may not be awake yet.
Desmos is gonna scan the room for any other neighbors or village dwellers.
Who keeps hitting their mic? Please stop. It's like rupturing my eardrums. You're scanning the room for what now?
Villagers, neighbors, villagers, people to talk to who.
So you see Elsa at the bar. The innkeeper's wife is straightening chairs and tables as they have just opened. And you see Pip, Toblin's young son, wandering around holding this wooden toy. Usually, mining and farming town, you don't see people hanging out at the inn first thing in the morning. It's daylight hours, time for work.
Pip, were you out playing last night?
Pip runs over, says, "What's your name?" "Oh, you're Desmos." He knows your name, yeah. He goes, "You bet I was, always."
Did you happen to see a tiny woman anywhere, hooded, kind of edgy looking?
Hooded, edgy looking woman? No, I didn't, but you might ask Kellen Alderleaf's son, Carp. He's always exploring.
Right, all right.
I heard, he whispers as you're walking away, I heard he found a secret tunnel.
A secret tunnel?
Through the mountains.
All right. What was this kid's name again?
Pip.
The other kid?
Pip. Oh, the other kid? Carp.
Also Pip.
Yeah, Carp.
Yeah, the other Carp. Okay, Carp. All right. Thanks, Pip. Don't cause your mother too much trouble now.
He wanders off with his toy horse.
Would Desmos know where Carp would be hanging out?
Yes, Desmos would know that Carp is Kelleen Alderleaf's son over at the Alderleaf farm.
Well, there's no rush. I'm gonna get myself some breakfast first. She's a wily one after all. She's probably sleeping on a roof somewhere.
I'll find it.
Yeah, I couldn't care less about that food. Ciil says and plops down for some breakfast.
Oh,
How does it make you feel?
Elsa, could you give me some scrambled eggs and maybe a haunch of venison?
Coming right up, honey.
Wait, who are you guys been looking for?
Shaye.
Oh, we haven't even all convened yet. Well, how do you even know she's missing?
Well, that's what they just determined. They're like, she's probably just sleeping in or something.
Oh, okay.
The information they just found is coincidental information. It has nothing to do specifically with her.
And who did they say they should ask? The farm boy named
Carp.
Carp?
C-A-R-P. Carp.
Okay.
I finish my hotcakes and stroll outside.
Good for you.
Ooh, you know.
All right.
Laney said Runewood is going to tag along with Silda. Being as Runewood is always interested by a good mystery.
Who done it?
Who's touching the mic?
So what's next?
Did you guys catch that? Runewood was going to tag along with Sildar.
Okay. Sildar is in the bar, like listening to your conversations. He has yet to make his way over to the town master for the day. He's finishing his morning strong drink.
Where's the wizard? Does anyone see the wizard?
Fine. Everybody.
Well, Waywocket and Shaye are missing. Desmos was
Oh
too
yeah,
drunk.
sorry. Waywocket's gonna come and join up at the tavern now because she figures everybody's probably gathering over there.
Ciil waves as they meet each other. He forgets her name. Oh, speak of the devil. Waywocket, have you seen Shaye anywhere?
No, nope. Have not seen Shaye since last night when she was chilling with the coal miner, getting free dinner.
She didn't stay with you?
She did not stay with me. Nope. No, I was up early at the library.
Ciil determines that he's not going to wait for Desmos to finish his bean brew and decides to go find this Tark fellow by himself. He doesn't know the way, though, and just wanders in a northeasterly direction. Oh, that's what? That's the wrong.
That's northeast.
Oh, then that would be just straight east. Sorry, Tuck has the thing twisted. Yeah, that way.
Meanwhile, Shaye is regretting her poor decisions as she's tied and gagged and blindfolded.
You start hearing the ruffians stir. They're slow to rise, and it sounds like they stuck you in the back room of the bar where none of them really are at. You just hear muffled footsteps above you and the sounds of people starting to move around for the night.
Okay, what would be like hearing, like listening for things? Would that be perception?
That would be perception, but also like whatever, like I don't know, are you just like listening? What are you listening for exactly?
To see if I can hear any like conversation or anything.
You hear muffled voices, but nothing distinct enough to make out.
Okay.
It sounds like it feels like you kind of feel like you might have been stuck in some type of provisions room.
Okay. Well, I'll just wait and see what happens to me, and I'll come up with a plan. Or try to come up with a plan in the meantime.
Alright. Desmos is gonna finish his breakfast, and then he's gonna look at everybody. I'm gonna go visit a friend of mine, see about this secret tunnel. I'm not sure where Shaye is, but maybe she found something secret like this.
Are you go ahead.
So, I'd like to figure out like how well I'm tied. Like, am I tied up? Am I?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a d20 here.
Okay. Hold on. Okay, I rolled a 12, and then would it be perception for that? Or would it just be a 12?
Let's see here.
Or investigation.
Escaping bonds. Let's see. I'm just gonna see what this like. So it's a dexterity check with the rope having a specific number to break out of. So you said you rolled a 12.
Mm-hmm.
So you test the bonds, and you feel like you could wiggle out of them if you had to.
Okay.
She obviously doesn't have to. She took a pretty long nap.
So I will. Can I make them like make them for sure loose enough that I can pop them off whenever I need to?
Yes.
But it looks convincing.
Yes, you are experienced enough to do that confidently.
Okay. Then I shall do so.
All right. You look to be bound, but are able to slip out of your bindings at will.
Perfect.
Right.
Are you done with your turn there, Hannah?
Yeah, I think for now.
Okay.
If I come up with something else, I'll...
All right. Continue ruminating. You have time. The muffled voices aren't getting any more unmuffled. It sounds like people are working off their hangovers.
All right.
With more beer!
Ciil is looking around for a child named Carp. I want to roll a perception check.
Okay. You may do so.
What was the name of the contact Tuck was going to find about the tunnel?
About the tunnel?
That's Carp.
Yeah.
Carp.
Okay.
Pip, Carp's friend, Carp told Pip that he found a secret tunnel. And that is your current information. And Ciil, you rolled a...
I rolled 14 plus 2, so 16.
16. You see children. You have to imagine that one of them might be named Carp, but you're not sure.
I call loudly. Carp, son of... And I trail off.
The kid...
Carp, son of...
The kids hear you. The kids hear you yell "Carp." They kind of look at you questioningly, and they say, "Why do you want Carp?"
I hear he knows something.
Well, Carp knows a lot of things.
I let out a slightly exasperated sigh. Can you just lead me to him, please?
The kids are concerned because they don't feel like they're comfortable showing you where their friend lives.
Roll a charisma check to persuade them.
Okay, go ahead.
Wait, is that a D20?
Yes, it is. And that would be for persuasion.
Oh, it's 4.
4 plus 2.
2, that's 6.
The kids don't feel persuaded, but they also don't feel like you're a threat.
I'm just a poor, sad man. Jeez.
They ask again, like, what's your plan? Like, why do you need to see Carp so bad?
I lean down and adopt a conspiratorial tone. I hear he's found something cool. Secret tunnel.
The kid's demeanor changes completely. What? And so they take off running down the street, leading you directly to Carp.
Alright, cool.
I'll just keep working at the smith until I'm done with that quick.
You by midday you're done with the quiver, which we'll say is now.
Yeah, let's all converge. Let's all say
Tuck knows exactly where Carp is.
yes.
Straight to it.
Yes, exactly.
So Tuck is so Goniger is screaming in the streets. Let's all converge.
Yeah. No, like you come to the tavern for breakfast, and then I say we're going to this place, and we should just go there where
I'm following.
Ethan is.
That is fucking
And Runewood is accompanying Silda.
Indeed. So we'll say Rangswarthy, Waywocket, Desmos, Ivetta are all together now, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. You are in the possession of a 25-arrow quiver now.
Yep.
And you are making your way downtown and are now here at the Killeen Alderleaf's farm, the Alderleaf farm in the town of Phandelver.
Alright.
Ciil, what are you doing here?
I thought I'd perhaps come ahead and learn what I can about this secret tunnel business. Was here.
Yes. Exactly what I had in mind.
You do the talking. You seem to know these people.
I know them well enough. Been here since I was a child, so
A wise female halfling of 45, Killeen Alderleaf is a pragmatic farmer who seems to know everything that goes on in town. She's a kind host and is willing to let the characters stay with her if they don't want to stay at the inn. This is if you guys are not staying in your own residences. You guys are here specifically for Carp's story, right?
Yes.
Killeen's son, Carp, is a spirited and precocious halfling lad of 10 years. He's enchanted by the idea of being an adventurer and says that he was playing in the woods near the manor when he found a tunnel in the thicket. And this is when you guys are, that's the story you guys are tracking already, so now you approach it and you can start role-playing.
Miss Alderleaf, how are you doing this morning?
Well, hello there, Desmos. How are you?
I'm doing quite well. These are my companions. We just came to say hello, and we hear that Carp has some interesting information.
Well, you'd have to ask him about it. She turns to Ivetta. Honey, I saw you stumbling out of the woods this morning. You're always welcome to stay if you want.
Oh, lovely, thank you. I have grew up in the woods since I was a little lass.
Be that as it may, if you ever want to turn in the stump for a bed, let me know.
Wonderful, thank you.
My pleasure. If you're looking for Carp, you'll probably have to wander around the field. I imagine he's somewhere.
Thank you, Miss Alderleaf.
My pleasure.
What does she work at Chick-fil-A?
Desmos wanders the field, calling out to Carp.
I guess Carp hears you and comes sauntering in from off the forest thicket area. He goes, "Hey, Desmos, how are you?"
I'm doing fine, kiddo.
As he approaches, you can tell that the boy absolutely worships you.
Desmos gets down on one knee and tussles the boy's head or hair, and then it leans in with an interested look on his face. So, you found something quite intriguing recently, have you?
Carp, all excited, tells you all about this tunnel that he found, how it's secret and hidden. But as he was trying to explore it, a bunch of big ugly bandits came out of the tunnel, and they didn't see him, but it was close, and now he's not sure if he's going to go back. But he thinks probably the secret tunnel has something to do with the secret quote, he big air quotes, the secret base under the house.
And where might this tunnel be located?
He's like, I can take you to it right now if you want to see it. It's about 20 minutes away, though.
No, that'll be fine. Let me grab my companions and say, I'll make you a war carriage when I get home back to the blacksmith. How does that sound?
His jaw drops in awe. He has no idea what a war carriage is, but it sounds awesome.
All right, so he's gonna lead Carp back to the group and explain the situation and have Carp lead the way.
Sounds good. I would say at this time you guys are deciding to go to the tunnel. Runewood and Sildar Hallwinter are talking to the mayor of the town, or the town master. And Sildar Hallwinter just explains his quest for finding Yarno. And is Delainie there?
No, she had to go.
Okay, well, I will not reveal this information to you all until she is back.
Wow.
Because I will tell her the information, and she will reveal it to you, and only her and Sildar Hallwinter will be able to tell you. Also, at the same time, Shaye, the Red Brands are up and at 'em. They walk into the room you're in, and kind of gruffly pick you up and say, "All right, off to see the boss," and they start taking you outside and up somewhere that you are not able to see as you are hooded. Before you leave, are you wanting to do anything like the building?
No, I don't think so.
And as you go up the hill, are you wanting to do anything?
I shall see if I can. Never mind. I'll just go to the house.
You're just going in? Did you say you're just going in?
After galloping up the hill, I think I shall just go in. Yes.
All right. All right. Sounds good. So you will be in the house then, and then this band of merry fellows.
She just ran away.
Well, she was
No,
carried by the red brands up to the house.
Oh, okay.
And then you guys are confirming you're leaving without Runewood. You don't want to have that conversation?
Why are we leaving without Runewood?
Well, Runewood went with Sildar Hallwinter to the town master, because she, I think, is probably busy with a baby. Unless we want to modify that she went with the party instead.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Matt? Is Matt also gone?
He fell asleep.
Did he actually? Are you joking or are you serious?
I'm joking.
Oh, okay.
And they're at their house, babe. They're not like at Hadassah Tuck.
I know. I just thought maybe like someone texted that he fell asleep or something.
It is almost 11, so.
Actually, Elias, instead of like on the road, I want to see if I can pickpocket one of the. Oh wait, I can't see. I'm gonna, since I can remove my hands, I want to lift my hood. Am I like in the back of a cart or something?
In my head, I was envisioning that you are thrown over the shoulder, head down, feet in the air, toward like just being carried up the hill.
Okay. Well, that may make that a little harder. Never mind. I'll just go into the house.
Matt, are you back?
Yep, I'm back.
I was asking, so you guys are leaving without Runewood, or did you want to, like, modify the plan here and have Lainey go with you guys since she's not really here to play her character the way she might normally?
Right. I'd like to at least touch base with them back in town, so we haven't left town yet, and just let them know what we're doing.
Them being only Runewood.
Oh, because we're everyone with our party besides Rune.
Mm-hmm. Runewood went with Sildar, you said in the beginning, because she wanted to follow the mystery, is what you were saying.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I would. Well, and did anyone ask Carp if this tunnel had anything to do with the wizard?
No. He said he saw the bandits come out of it.
He saw the bandits come out of the tunnel? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I think we should touch base with Runewood, even if Runewood doesn't come with.
Well, what good would that do if Lainey isn't there?
Well, just so that the whole party communicates and knows, like, otherwise her going.
Right, but Lainey's not there.
Yeah, I agree.
If you're
Doesn't
not
matter.
if you're not metagaming, it's still important for her character to know this.
Yeah, I think we should definitely do that.
You can always
Yeah, I think
tell her, turn around, and come back after like receiving information and giving information.
Yeah, exactly. I think we should just generally try to keep our characters in good communication in the game world.
Well, in that case, and that's kind of what I was getting at, maybe we should just have it so that Runewood can be with us instead of staying there.
Well, it's important that somebody stays with this. I'm trying to remember the organization name, the Lord's Alliance, Sildar Hallwinter, because we still don't necessarily trust him fully. and he might uncover some things that are worthwhile too. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, we're under his employ, so I don't think he's doing it.
I think we're more just like trying to learn more about what he's up to. So like having somebody with him is great because then they can come back and tell the party what's up.
Right.
Exactly.
I think
Yeah, I mean, we would hate to lose track of him, and then either he.
Guys, we're really getting stuck up on things. We need to just keep.
I
going.
know. Well, if all you characters are talking in character, I don't want to lose track of Sildar. What are you guys talking about?
Let's head back and let Runewood know and catch up with them really quick.
Okay.
Desmos' resounding K sends you propelling down the street towards the town master's hall. As you approach the town master's hall, you see that it has sturdy walls, a pitched wooden roof, and a bell tower at the back. Posted on a board next to the front door is a notice written in common. It reads, "Reward! Orcs near Wyvern Tor. Those of a mind to face the orc menace should inquire within." The notice bears the town seal and an indecipherable signature. Those of you who live here would know that Phandelver has no functioning government, but the townsfolk elect someone to serve as town master each year. The town master serves as a judge in minor disputes and keeps any records that need to be kept. The current town master is a male human banker named Harbin Wester, a fat, pompous old fool, completely intimidated by the Red Brands. He claims they're just a mercenary guild and not all that much trouble, really. As you walk inside, you see Sildar and Runewood. Since Delainie's not really here to play her character, I will relay the information that she would know just by being with Sildar Albrecht. She knows that Harbin is looking for someone to get rid of these orcs on the Tribor Trail. He's willing to offer 100 gold to any group that can take care of it. And Sildar approaches your party and lets you know, so I've talked to the town master. He's agreed to let me stay at the town master's hall for the time being of my stay here. I'm representing the Lord's Alliance in this region at the moment, since Jarno Ulbrich is missing. My goal right now is to help restore prosperity and order to the town. I believe we could best do that by going to Cragmaw Castle and wiping out the remaining goblins and orcs, bugbears, what have you, in this region. And then he says on a more personal note, as far as finding this Jarno Ulbrich fellow, if you happen to spend any time near the Tresendar Manor, apparently that's where he was last seen 2 months ago when he went missing.
Oh, so the manor. Oh. The east of town, right?
That's where I'm at. I'm pretty sure.
Indeed, that is where you were at.
Yes.
And that is all I have for you at the moment, unless you have questions.
Rangswarthy asks, is it suspected that this castle, Cragmaw Castle, is the primary or only stronghold of these goblins that the raids are being conducted by?
I have to imagine it is at least their main headquarters, if not a primary place where they keep themselves busy. It is in fact the dwelling place of the renowned warlord King Roll.
Is there any idea how many goblins occupy this castle?
Oh, we could never know that. We'd have to scout the area and see.
So how do you suppose be able to take this castle?
Well, I'd have to leave that up to you guys. If you chose to go, I can only motivate you with coin. I'd offer you 500 gold pieces if you can locate the castle and defeat King Groll.
And the Lord's Alliance cannot offer reinforcements.
As I am the only member present and I have to manage things here and continue my search for Yarno, unfortunately, I cannot.
Okay. Very good. We shall deliver. So everyone is here at this building except for...
Yes, are we suspicious that Shaye's missing yet?
I mean,
Ciil
you guys tell me.
is very
Well,
suspicious. He
I
thinks she's-
I was gonna say, it sounds like Ciil's suspicious.
Anyone seen Shaye this day?
No, the last anyone has seen her was late last night.
Does anybody know what she was talking about? And who she was talking with?
I heard something about free lamb shank.
Yeah, she was talking to a miner, and he bought her some dinner, and they were just chatting about the I don't remember.
Blast.
Did anyone see her
No.
leave?
I must admit I was a little bit too soused at the time to remember much of anything. It's time to find that coal miner and see what they were talking about. Maybe he has a lead for us. I will ask the town dude if he knows where the miners are at.
The grimy town master, what's his name? Harbin Wester. By the way, this is actually the over here, this guy right here. Harbin Wester, he's wringing his hands and he's like, "You're looking for some miners?"
That's exactly what we're looking for. Aren't you paying attention?
I was not eavesdropping, as that's what you're insinuating. The miners usually leave for the day before sunrise. They go do their shift and then come back. No one really pays track. But they go off towards the mountains to do mining. It's like a daily rotation.
Towards the mountains, eh?
Yes,
That
east.
sounds like it's not part of the game, eh?
What game are you speaking of?
Hannah, you turd. That's all I gotta say. We
there's
can't
no
track
way
you.
to locate you unless we follow this tunnel without the metagame.
We can't track you. You just disappeared. There's nothing we can do.
So unless we
Sorry.
track that, even that dwarf,
Go find a tunnel.
that dwarf wouldn't even know.
I will throw you guys a line and say, Toblin, concerned for this odd character, watched her leave, went outside and saw her heading east. And you guys have been given this information from your deities, your respective deities.
My ancestors speak to me. I see.
Thank you, ancestors.
Then you may, you all individually get this information and are allowed to share it amongst yourselves as you please.
I get the feeling we need to go east. I feel like my ancestors are leading me there. And I stride out the door across the field behind the courtroom or whatever that place is, the town hall. Yes. In an eastwardly direction.
They're very direct. He walks through bushes and into trees, heading east.
Desmos is gonna look at Barb, assuming he's still with us.
Carp did
and
follow
ask
you,
him what
yes.
direction- Ask him what direction the tunnel was.
He says, I can take you there.
Please do.
Does the party follow Carp?
Yes, the party follows Carp. But
Yes.
Runewood asks Sildar what his plans are for the time being.
Runewood said he's going to do some more, or Sildar said he's going to do some more digging on the Yarno Albrecht situation while you guys traipse the countryside.
How long do you estimate to be in town, Sildar?
Oh, many 10 days. Like many weeks is what he's saying.
Do you plan on leaving town in that time at all?
No.
Okay. Then Runewood will come with the rest of.
What did you eat for breakfast? What are you gonna eat for lunch?
So what's east? We're just going east because we've been told.
Carp is taking you to the secret tunnel,
Oh, nice. Okay.
which you have all arrived at. And this is, let's see here. We're going to do another load here. And I'm going to say we'll load. You guys can peruse what you can see. And then probably it is time for us to end the session.
Where is what I can't see?
It's so secret. I can't take it.
Do you guys see the map? Like, does it say Red Brand Hideout and all that stuff on the side, or is it white again?
No. No, it's a red brand hideout.
Everything's blocked, but we can see like red brand hideout and the map key.
Delightful.
Map legend.
If you guys are wanting to continue, I'm fine to continue. If you guys are like gonna call it a night, I'm good to call it a night. It's up to you guys.
I mean, I think it's a good time to call it a night, but I also don't have a super early morning, so I'm fine with whatever.
I'm cool with calling it a night.
Yeah.
I'm fine with whatever.
Well, then the Red Brand Hideout is where you guys will next start your adventure.
Just level 2.
As level 2 party people. So if you have any questions about being level 2 that we did not come to any, like, I'll be honest, as level 2, I thought we would have been quicker in Phandelver to get to the next thing, so you didn't do anything with level 2, really. So let me know if you have questions going into the next session. Just like text me or whatever, and we'll figure it out.
Thank you, Elias.
My pleasure. I hope you guys are having fun. If we need to change something, let me know.